हेलो लर्नर्स, जरा इमेजिन करो आईआईटी की रेस में दौड़ते दौड़ते आप बस फिनिश लाइन तक पहुंचने ही वाले हो और आपको मिल जाए एक सही दिशा में हल्का सा पुश सो दैट योर जीत इज पक्की। बिल्कुल इसीलिए हम लेकर आए हैं खास आपके लिए इन्फिनिटी लर्न जेईई एडवांस्ड क्रैश कोर्स। जेईई एडवांस्ड क्रैश कोर्स में आपको मिलती है 120 घंटे की लाइव क्लासेस, एक्सपर्ट फैकल्टी एंड डाउट क्लियरेंस और भी कमाल कमाल के फीचर्स। और जैसे कई सारे क्रैश कोर्सेज में होता है ना 100 बच्चों के बैचेस, नहीं, हम ऐसा नहीं करने वाले, क्योंकि हम देना चाहते हैं आपको पर्सनलाइज्ड लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस, जहां आपको मिलेगी आपके हर वीक टॉपिक पे हेल्प और आपके हर सवाल का जवाब। इतना ही नहीं, आपको मिलता है श्री चैतन्य का कॉम्पिटिटिव एनवायरनमेंट। जी हां, वही श्री चैतन्य जहां है 38 सालों की लेगेसी ऑफ प्रिपेयरिंग चैंपियंस। डू यू नो दैट 21% ऑफ IITians आर फ्रॉम श्री चैतन्य। यही नहीं, जेईई एडवांस क्रैश कोर्स में सिखाते हैं खुद IITians, जिससे आपको मिलेगी सही गाइडेंस फ्रॉम द पीपल who have cleared the exam in the past। अब इतने सारे रीजंस दे दिए, इतने सारे फीचर्स बता दिए, अब तो वेट मत करो, आज ही रजिस्टर करो, क्योंकि बैचेस स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं 17 अप्रैल से। एनरोल नाउ फॉर इन्फिनिटी लर्न जेईई एडवांस क्रैश कोर्स एंड करो आपकी जीत पक्की।
Hello learners, so welcome to Infinity Learn JEE channel and my name is Akshay Arora and I am your mathematics teacher. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this live session in which we would be discussing the paper solution JEE Mains 2023 April attempt session 2 paper solution and the date is 10th of April. So today, just now we have received some questions and this is the morning shift that we will be discussing today in this particular video. I'll also like to inform you that as soon as we will get the paper, we'll start discussing the question paper, we'll start discussing the questions as well as their solutions of the JEE Mains 2023 10th of April shift 1. So in all the dates of the JEE Main, we are coming live in this YouTube channel Infinity Learn JEE. So if you haven't subscribed this channel, please subscribe it, and if you haven't liked this video, please like all the videos of our live sessions that we are conducting for the paper discussion, paper solution discussion of the JEE Mains 2023. So I can see Rudra has joined. Hi Rudra, how are you? And I would also like to invite many of your friends. Please share this video with your friends. The link of this video, please share it with your friends. Moreover, we have our personal Telegram channel where we used to notify all our students about all the happenings that is being taken place on our YouTube channel Infinity Learn JEE. So I request everyone, if you are not part of this Infinity Learn JEE Telegram channel, so please take a link from the description of this video and click on that link. You'll be able to become the member of the Telegram group channel. Okay, so that is very important because in that group we'll be posting the PPTs, PDFs, important things related to the exam, JEE Mains as well as the JEE Advanced. So I bet you that we will be giving you a full-on support till your JEE Advanced examination. Moreover, I would also like to inform you that with the legacy of last 38 years, we have produced in the January attempt of the JEE Mains 2023, 4 students with 100 out of 100 percentile. And this is the history that we are creating, that we as a institute in the #1 institute in the South India are capable of producing the AIR 1 in the JEE Advanced 2. So we hope that we have trained enormous number of students all over India and we are hoping a good result this time also in the JEE Mains. Okay, so in the previous attempt we got 4 students with 100 out of 100 percentile and right now we are expecting more than 4 students in this attempt also. Hi Pranav, I think Pranav, you haven't subscribed this channel, so please subscribe it, and if you have subscribed it, please give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Okay, I would also like to see that many of the students who have recently joined this live chat, so please put some comments in the comment section so that it motivates us as a team. We are really working hard for you. Our team is outside the centers of the JEE Mains. They are collecting the questions from the students who have come out from the centers, and these questions are the memory based questions because you know that official NTA paper has not been released. We are just seeking these questions from the students itself. Okay, so we are knowing the reaction of the students, we are seeking the questions from them, and these questions we are here for the discussion in this live session. Okay, so please try to cooperate with us. Please try to actually put some comments in the comment section, and for supporting us, please share it with your friends also. So hi Rudra sir, how is the today's paper? I can, hello sir, how are you? Hi Vikash. So Rudra, I just want to inform you that I got to know from the students that the paper level is same as that it was in the previous attempts. Suppose we have the paper on 6th of April and we have the paper on 8th of April. So the paper level was same, and the mathematics portion we were observing in the last 2 days, it's bit from easy to moderate. Okay, on 6th of April we found that the mathematics paper was really easy, but on 8th of paper the calculation part was little bit high in various questions of the mathematics. Now also we have observed the same trend. Today also the students have told that the paper was easy, there was a little amount of more calculation, so which increases the time that is being consumed in the particular question. So some of the questions were there in the paper which have consumed more than 3 minutes of time. So that makes a paper little bit to a moderate side. But the conceptual, if I talk about the conceptual level of the paper was easy. Sir, it was very easy compared to the other paper. I have attended 60 questions. Very nice, Yashwan. Congratulations if you had attempted this much questions, and it is a real feedback that we have got from the Yashwant, because Yashwant has recently appeared for this paper. And Yashwant, I would also like to take the inputs from you also. How was your paper? How was the chemistry? How was the physics section? What you would say about the mathematics? Was there any section of the questions? Was there any concept? Was there any chapter from which the questions has not been came? So please give me the feedback in the comment section, so that many of the students who are actually watching this live video may also get the benefit out of it. Will tomorrow paper be hard or easy? Pranav, I as a teacher of mathematics cannot put a comment that what is the planning that JEE Mains NTA is making for tomorrow's paper, because we as a teacher also don't know how the paper would be coming in the upcoming dates. But as we can see, the trend remains same. Okay, and if the paper is coming easy, so definitely tomorrow also the paper will come easy level. Okay, but it should be all on a basis of the luck. So physics was a formula based, very nice, thank you. Chemistry, NCERT, maths easy but lengthy. Yes, we have also got, Yashwan, we have also got the same review that you have given for the mathematics section, that mathematics was easy, but the time that is being consumed by various questions was more than 3 minutes. See, if the question contains a calculation which requires more than 3 minutes, that it comes to the moderate section. So even the concept applied was easy, but due to the time it is being consuming in the calculation portion, so it makes the level of the paper, it makes higher the level of the paper. Okay, so that is why the question are easy in mathematics, we can find that, but the time that is being required to complete a question was little bit high. Sir, I have the exam tomorrow, what should I read or practice now? So the main tip is, whenever you go to the exam, you should have a strong sleep of 6 to 7 hours. Okay, you should be confident, you should be highly motivated for the paper. Do not overload yourself, do not take a stress for the paper, be cool. Okay, and moreover, you need to start with the paper with those questions which you know, so that you can be able to have the confidence in the start of the paper. Suppose pick up those questions which are very easy. Okay, try to search for the easy questions in the entire paper and pick up those questions, so that in the first 10 or 20 minutes you are able to cover up around about 8 to 10 questions. Okay, once you are able to cover up 8 to 10 questions in the entire paper in the first 20 minutes, then automatically you will be boosting your confidence in that case. Sir, how I can prepare for the advanced? So Yashwant, we have a specific course for the advanced, JEE Advanced, so which will be starting from as soon as the JEE Mains course, JEE Mains examination will get over. From the next day onwards, we'll be starting with the JEE Advanced preparation. Moreover, we'll be launching with a capsule series in the YouTube channel that will be that will be absolutely free. There will be no charge for that. And if you join the course of the Infinity Learn, definitely we'll be covering up the chemistry portion, physics portion and the mathematics portion all together here up till advanced. Okay, so you have the regular classes of 3 of the subjects, and thus it will be very easy for you to actually revise all your concepts for the JEE Advanced by joining this course. We'll actually develop your routine till your JEE Advanced examination. Sir, I am a big follower of your batch. Thank you, Yashwant. Thank you so much. And moreover, I would be also conducting the live sessions in this particular YouTube channel so that we can give the benefit to all our students, whether they are the part of our paid batch or they're not the part of the paid batch, so they can be benefited from our YouTube channel free content. So how much time should we do each subject? So if you are cleared with your JEE Mains and you need to prepare now for your JEE Advanced examination, for every subject at least you should give 4 hours daily. Okay, so 4 hours for mathematics, take a break of half hour, 4 hours for physics, take a break of half hour, and 4 hours of mathematics, physics and chemistry. Okay, so in this way a 12 hour of healthy study should be done. So what I mean to say healthy, why I am saying this healthy study, that means there should not be any disturbance. Your room should be separated from the entire things which are going in your home. So 12 hours of healthy study should be there every day from JEE Mains to JEE Advanced duration. So sir, in JEE Mains exam, because you told me that you have your exam tomorrow. So I would say to actually relax yourself. Okay, do not indulge into studies. If you want to indulge into studies, do the fast revision. Refer your notes, just see the chemistry notes, just see the physics notes, and just see the maths notes. Revise the formula. Else, other than that, do nothing. You can also see the type of the questions which are coming in the previous shifts. So we can observe that, suppose there was a question of the differential equation which was based on linear differential equation. So in the second shift also it was same as linear differential equation. So this type of the concepts you can see which are coming in the which are coming in the shifts of the JEE Mains April attempt. Okay, so you can refer those papers. Else, other than these papers, you need not to refer anything. These papers will be sufficient to give you a glimpse of the paper that will be coming on your way. So sir, is it better to read the books and then attend classes, or classes then books? Okay, so it's up to you. It is totally dependent upon you, the way or the study pattern that you are comfortable with. Yashwant, you can choose that, because I tell you what, the best thing is, the best routine is made by ourselves. We are searching for videos that cover up the timetable, what is the routine, what is the timetable that we need to follow while preparing for our JEE Mains or JEE Advanced examination. But the best timetable is prepared by ourselves only, because we know what is the best time for us to sleep. We know what is the best time for us to have the lunch. We know what is the best time to have to take a break in between. So the timetable should be prepared by us, and it should be matching up with our habits as well as the daily routines. Okay, so suppose I am more comfortable in waking up in the morning earlier, suppose at 4 a.m. in the 5 a.m. and then I used to study, and this is a category of the type 1 student. Now the type 2 student is a night owl student, in which he used to study whole night, and a student requires the sleep in the morning. So these are the two type of the students, and these are the two type of the habits that a student generally fall into. So it depends on you. If you like to study for the complete night, that is also fine. If you want to sleep in the night but you need to study in the morning, that is also fine. So the best timetable should be prepared by you, and that should be match up with your habits. Okay. So sir, how is the today's paper? Learning platform is asking, sir, today's paper was similar to the previous shift as we have observed in the 6th of April and 8th of April shifts. So the paper is following the same trend on 10th of April also. The level of the questions were easy. Physics was directly formula based. Chemistry was also from NCERT. As we can see, chemistry is always from NCERT. And if I talk about mathematics, mathematics was a bit conceptual, but the questions were easy, and the time that is being required to have the calculations for those questions were little bit high. Sir, relationship problems, I am interested in the advance. Okay, very nice. So Yashwant, you can actually see the link in our description of this video. There is a link of the JEE Advanced course. You can refer everything related to that. There is a toll-free number also given to that in this particular link. So you can just contact with the team and they will be helping you out to actually enroll into this batch. And moreover, they would also help you out that what are the things that we would be delivering to you in this JEE Advanced curriculum and the JEE Advanced course. Okay, so my take is to everyone who is watching this live video, please enroll into this batch, because this batch will be giving you a majority benefit that you can have for your JEE Advanced examination. And basically we will help you out to develop a routine so that you can give equal amount of time to 3 of the subjects and equal amount of weightage to 3 of the subjects for your JEE Advanced examination. Okay, sometimes we do the self-study, but like while we are doing the self-study, we are not able to develop the routine. Suppose I am a maths lover, so I usually spend my time in doing the maths questions. Round about, if I study for 12 hours, I give 8 hours to the maths, and that is also not good. So equal amount of time, equal amount of concept weightage should be given to each of the subjects, so that none of the subject is weak, and all of the subject are matching up to the strong level, so that you can score high in your JEE Advanced examination as well as in your JEE Mains examination. I hope you understood all the things that I want to deliver to you using this live video. Moreover, I also want to seek various comments from the live students who are right now, and I would also like to tell you that if you haven't subscribed this channel Infinity Learn JEE, so please subscribe it, and if you haven't liked all the videos of this channel, please like all the videos. Okay, that will really motivate us and our team. Sir, please suggest how to revise efficiently. So the best way to revise is, my exam is on 13 and I'm really scared. Okay, so you need not to be scared. Do not afraid of the exam. Do not put a lot amount of stress. अपने माइंड को प्रेशर कुकर नहीं बनाना है. ओके, कुछ भी स्ट्रेस मत लो, बिल्कुल कूल होके जाओ. जितना कूल रहोगे, द मैक्सिमम अमाउंट ऑफ रिलैक्सेशन यू कैन हैव बिफोर द एग्जामिनेशन, दैट विल एक्चुअली build your level of confidence. So you need to have a huge amount of confidence while giving the examination. Very first is, suppose you have the paper on 13th of April and the timing is 9 to 12. Suppose in the morning shift, the 9 to 12. So on the dates of 10th, 11th and 12th, 3 days are remaining. So in between 9 to 12, give a mock test of a full course. So that will help you to actually build your confidence and analyze the mock test, that how many questions were you able to do, how many you are not able to do, and what are the reasons that you are not able to attempt those questions. Okay, in the given time period 9 to 12. So build a habit of giving the paper between 9 to 12, because if you have the morning shift on 13th of April, then definitely on 13th of April, you will be in the habit of giving the examination between 9 to 12. Sometimes it happens that the students are not in a habit of sitting 3 hours for giving the examination. They are not training their brain to actually work for 3 hours. So they face the difficulty while giving the examination. So please train your brain to actually sit and work efficiently during the 3 hours of the JEE Mains examination. Sir, my evening shift today. Very good morning and good afternoon, Suyash. It's very long. It's been very long time to see you in my live session, because you're not attending my live session. And best wishes, good luck for you. So in the previous attempt you got 95 percentile, and this time I'm expecting 99 percentile from you, Suyash. So keep working hard, and if you have any of the suggestion or any of the feedback after the paper, so please make a call to me. Definitely I'll have all the feedbacks from you and deliver on the live session, so that all other students can also be having the benefit out of it. Okay, so I can see many of the students have recently joined this session, and many of the students have recently joined this session. Please share it with your friends also, so that all other students can also join this session. Very soon, after 5 minutes, just after 5 minutes, we are starting with a paper solution discussion. We have got various questions of the mathematics, physics and chemistry, and our teachers are coming into this session to discuss the paper with you. Sir, my paper is on 13th. Wish me good luck. Yes, learning platform. I also do not know your name, so please put your name in the comment box. And I always wish luck, best wishes to all my students who are about to give their JEE Mains as well as the JEE Advanced examination. आपका आशीर्वाद मिल गया है तो आ ही जाएंगे अब. यस, थैंक यू सो मच. एंड मेरा आशीर्वाद हमेशा रहेगा तुम लोगों के साथ में कि तुम्हारा हमेशा 99 परसेंटाइल, ये तो मिनिमम है, उससे ज़्यादा ही स्कोर बने. एंड यू शुड ऑल come with the flying colors after giving the examination from the examination center. This is my best wishes for all of you. So Nagarjuna, a very good luck, all the best for your JEE Mains that you would be giving on 13th of April, and we'll be meeting on before also on these live sessions, and then also I'll be praising for your good score, at least 99 percentile score in your JEE Mains examination. So to all my students who are live right now, I wish you luck for all your attempts of the JEE Mains as well as the JEE Advanced examination. And I also wish to the God that each and every student of the Infinity Learn as well as Sri Chaitanya scores marks in such a way that they get their dream college. Suppose you have a dream college in your mind, sir, I want to go join this college. So you get a dream college as well as a dream branch in that college. So this is my these are my wishes for each and every student who is being part of this Sri Chaitanya and Infinity Learn. Okay sir, bye. I'm proceeding towards the center. Very nice, thank you, wish you luck and फोड़ के आना. All right. So my January attempt was very bad. Manasvi, don't worry, अगर आपका कैसा भी रहा हो January attempt, लेकिन अभी वाला जो attempt है उसके लिए आपको पता लग गया होगा, आपने अपनी गलतियों को पहचान लिया होगा, mistakes analyze की होगी, उस पर हार्ड वर्क भी किया होगा, और अगर ऐसा है तो January attempt से बहुत अच्छा attempt जाने वाला है आपका April attempt. So don't worry about the paper, be confident, stress free होके जाना, पुरानी जो भी बातें हैं उनको भूल जाना और नए तरीके से आप पेपर को attempt करने की कोशिश करना. All right. So Yash, all right, thank you. Go ahead with your paper and please be connected and please give the feedback to me. How was the paper that you're about to give right now? And I can see many of the students are live right now, and we are coming with the paper discussion and the solution within 5 minutes of the time. And our teachers are also waiting for the discussion of that. So I wish you good luck for all the attempts that you are making here. And okay, we have got various questions and our teachers are coming right away live into this session. So I request my teachers to actually join this live session and discuss the paper with the students. Students are really waiting for them. So I request my teachers to come up into this live session and discuss the paper with them. Moreover, if you have any questions from other sources, you can put in the comment section so that we can discuss those questions with you. And if you have any suggestions, if you have any feedback related to the paper, you can share that feedback also. Yashwant, if you are there in the in the January attempt, you got 99.3. How can I score more percentile? Yes, beta, 99.3 is a good score, and like a little bit. Suppose जैसे पानी को उबालने के लिए 100 डिग्री की ज़रूरत है, बॉइलिंग पॉइंट 100 डिग्री की ज़रूरत है, अगर 99 पे भी होता है तो बॉयल नहीं होता. तो वो 1 डिग्री के लिए जो एफर्ट चाहिए ना, वही आपको एफर्ट चाहिए और उससे आपको बहुत अच्छी सक्सेस मिल जाएगी. तो मैं आपको यही बोलूँगा कि 99.3 रहे हैं आपके, तो उसका रीज़न देखो कि ये जो 0.7 से छूट गया है, ये 100 क्यों नहीं आ पाए, और उस रीज़न को जब आपने पहचान लिया तो अपनी मिस्टेक्स पे जब आप वर्क करोगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपका स्कोर वर्क इंक्रीज हो जाएगा. So we have with us our chemistry faculty, Nitin sir, and he would be discussing the questions of the chemistry first of all, and then we'll be discussing as soon as we got the questions of the mathematics and physics. So we'll be discussing those questions. Sir, I got 98 percentile in the first attempt and I got 73 in the boards. What to do, sir? तो चिंता मत करो, 98 परसेंटाइल अच्छा स्कोर है, इससे और अच्छा करना है, 99 से अबव लाना है, एंड डेफिनेटली यू विल बी एबल टू अचीव व्हाटएवर कॉलेज यू वांट. अगर बोर्ड्स की बात करें तो बोर्ड्स शायद से आप ड्रॉपर्स होंगे, इस वजह से आपका रिजल्ट आ गया है, तो 73 आया है, देन ऑल्सो इट्स फाइन, कोई बात नहीं, चिंता मत करो, है ना, और आगे आप मेहनत करते चलो.
सो हाउ वाज योर एग्जाम गाइस? जस्ट टेल मी इन द चैट सेक्शन, आप लोगों का एग्जाम कैसा था केमिस्ट्री का? दोज हु हैव रिटन दिस पेपर इन द मॉर्निंग टुडे, राइट? सो वी डू हैव सम क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम केमिस्ट्री, राइट? वील टेक देम अप. Just remember they are memory based, so whatever we could get the best out of, we have. राइट सो ये क्वेश्चन था हमारे पास गाइस, एक क्वेश्चन ये आया था. सो दिस क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो केम इन द जनवरी अटेम्प्ट, राइट. So I've been telling you that whenever you do revise biomolecules, please go through some topics. For example, vitamins, amino acids, the structure of DNA and RNA, okay, the structure of proteins, primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary, and in carbohydrates, just remember the chemical reactions of glucose, right? Chemical reactions of glucose, and also the structure determination, right? And the structures. So the one which does not stabilize the secondary and tertiary structure of protein, right? The one which does not stabilize the secondary and tertiary structure of protein. So can you guys tell me इसमें से correct answer कौन सा होगा? Right, let me tell you again, this is based upon what we have received from students. Okay, so I am getting answers. Rudra Narayan said option A. Anyone else? Sir, tomorrow I have exam in afternoon session. What lesson should I revise thoroughly? Of course, Sandhya, the one which you feel that you still need some revision in, right? Because it is individual specific, right? It is subjective. So if you remember, if there are some chapters that you need some revision, go through those chapters or just go through some questions, right? That will be sufficient. So I am getting option C, A, B as a correct answer. So sulfur-sulfur linkage is there, disulfide linkage, van der Waals forces are there, just don't mind the spelling errors, right? Hydrogen bonding is there, but hydrogen-hydrogen linkage is something which is not there, right? Okay, so I'm still telling you that these are memory-based questions, and I will just try to explain in the best manner possible, right? So disulfide linkage, it is there, right? Because methionine and cysteine, there are two amino acids which contain sulfur, so there are disulfide linkages. Van der Waals forces are there, right? And hydrogen bonding are there. So what is the force that does not exist in the stabilization of secondary and tertiary structure? That is hydrogen-hydrogen linkage, right? Just go through this. It is given in NCERT book. There are just a few just 2-3 points which you have to remember, right? What is primary structure? For example, the sequence of amino acids. What are the bonds stabilizing the primary structure? The peptide bonds, right? CO and NH. All right, okay. Similarly, what is secondary structure? What are the forces stabilizing secondary structure? What is tertiary structure? What forces stabilize tertiary structure? Like that, okay. It's in NCERT. Just go through this, guys, okay. So this was the next question from metallurgy that we had, right? So froth flotation is a very, very important. Froth flotation is a very, very important topic in metallurgy, right? In metallurgy, we study the concentration of ores, the extraction, reduction of the oxide, and finally refining. Okay, so इसमें बताओ guys, stabilizers used for concentrating sulfide ores, right? So we are talking about the substances which are used for the stabilization. So you guys remember that it is specifically, so I'm getting option B, as Manasvi said option B, Sai Teja said option 2 again. Do you guys remember pine oils, xanthates, fatty acids? These are used to enhance the non-wettability of the sulfide ores. These are used to enhance the non-wettability of the sulfide ores. Right, okay, okay Pranav, just let me know, right, towards the end of this session, let me know, right, and just be more specific, right, because last time I remember you said, sir, can you explain the reactions of esters, ethers? So Pranav, that is something very, very general, right, because we usually take several hours in just revising the reactions, okay. Just towards the end of this session, bring your specific question, bring a particular reaction, then I will explain, fine, okay. So I get option C as the correct answer. Yes, very good, brilliant. Cresol is the correct answer. Cresols and anilines, they are used to stabilize the froth, right? Sir, can I get 99 percentile? Yes, Worth, yes, definitely you can get 99 percentile. Just have confidence in your preparation, be calm, and only attempt those questions first in the examination which you are completely sure of, right? See, when you pick up a question in the exam and you realize that it is taking a lot of time, then you should immediately skip that question, right? Because there are a lot of questions to be attempted. So if you took a question, you solved it fine, but if you are getting stuck, you should immediately skip, mark it and immediately skip, then go to the next question. And always keep at least 15 to 20 minutes towards the end of the paper to go through the questions you earlier skipped, right? Because some of them we end up solving. Hello Jayesh. Yes, so cresol is the correct answer. Very simple question, nothing much to discuss here. चलो अगले question की तरफ बढ़ते हैं इसमें. अगला क्वेश्चन देखते हैं, ये क्वेश्चन आया था. सो गाइज दीज डेज जेईई मेन इज गेटिंग really easy, at least in chemistry I can vouch for that, right? The chemistry section is getting sometimes very easy. So this was one question which we got in the section B today. Is difficulty increased by 6 and 8? Yeah, 6 and 8 papers, they were a little difficult, right? 6 and 8 paper compared to the today's paper, they had some lengthy questions, some deeply conceptual question, but today we found that questions are very direct. Questions are really very direct, right? So within 10 minutes you could have solved more than 15 questions of chemistry if you were really thoroughly prepared. Hello Venkat. So tell me guys, how will you do this question? So I will not exactly solve this one, but you know that this is from mole concept, right? Those who remember, STP is 0 degrees Celsius and 1 atm, right? 0 degrees Celsius and 1 atm, and the molar volume of a gas at 0 degrees Celsius and 1 atm is 22.4 liters. ये सब लोगों को पता है ना? This is everybody know. Yeah, yes, correct Jayesh, very good. So the molar volume of a gas at STP is 22.4 liter. Now you guys know, sir, what type of paper it is? It is chemistry section, and I found it based on the feedback so far that it was easy, right? There was no question which was very difficult, right, or very lengthy. So based on the feedback, student, we didn't see it, right? So what will be the correct answer? You see, number of moles, we know that it is N by Na, right? It is N by Na. Everybody knows that the mole concept there are three formulas: mass upon molar mass, given number of particles divided by Avogadro number, and finally given volume divided by molar volume. Yes, correct Chandrakala. So number of moles is N by Na, where N is number of molecules. That will be my answer, right? And it is also equal to volume divided by molar volume, right? So number of particles, it will be volume, which is 2.8375, right? Very bad number this is given with respect to calculation, right? So divided by 22.4 liter and multiplied by 6 into 10 raised to the power 23, right? So whatever the answer you get, that will be the correct, the number of molecules, right? Is that clear? Yeah, so that will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the next question, because I don't think there is much to explain in this. Hello Rajesh, how are you? So everybody sure, right? Can I move to the next question? There's nothing much to explain. So can we take 2.8? It depends. Saitija, see, if the question has options, then you have a scope for rounding off, manipulation, right? But if the question is that you have to put the answer, then you should be very careful with the calculation. What if they accept question as, let's say answer is 268 and you get 270 and they deduct marks for that, right? So if you have options, then you definitely can go around with the some rounding off and manipulation. But if you have to punch in the numbers, right, then you should be careful with the calculation, right? That is what I would suggest. So this was one question. Then the compound which does not exist, I am again really not sure if this question is correct, right? Because the only option that could have been the correct answer is this, right? But again you know, right, that for alkali metals we can prepare any type of oxide. Okay, I'll tell you. I can see that some of you do not know this, so let me tell you. Okay, so beryllium chloride, we are very well aware of this compound, right? It shows different structures depending upon temperature, right? Polymeric, chlorobrigidimer and monomer. Okay, so this cannot be the correct answer. Okay, then it cannot be the correct answer. Tetraethyl lead, it is used in petrol, right, as an anti-knocking agent. Okay, so leaded petrol, you must have heard of it. So this is not the correct answer. This cannot be the correct answer, right, because we use this compound to prepare beryllium fluoride. Now I can say, Adarsh Shukla said, sir, oxide not formed. Yes, absolutely correct. Sodium does not form superoxide when you burn it in excess of air. But if you prepare the solution of sodium in liquid ammonia and then pass oxygen gas through a solution, you can prepare whichever oxide you want. So I think probably they wanted to ask that which of the compound does not form, right, is specific to some condition. So I would say this would be the correct answer. But for your information, let me tell you, every alkali metal can form every type of oxide. It depends upon what combination of reactants you are taking. Okay, right? So I would go ahead with this because I really didn't like this question the way it is asked. This question, oh my god, yeah. So what about this question? Yes, Sai Teja, yes, that's what I have done. Yes, I have answered this question by elimination technique, right? What about this question? The question is, which of these is diamagnetic and low spin? So we always recommend that please do not skip coordination chemistry, right? Mostly from coordination chemistry there is a question from valence bond theory, and again you can see this, okay? So right? So these are the 4 options. So what do you guys think? So write option 1. Yes, Sai Teja. I've written option 1. So you can make out what it is written. So Adarsh Shukla said option A. Okay. So it's very only ammonia is a strong field ligand. Yes, that's how you can also answer. That's how you can also answer. That's one way of answering this question. Very good. So the question is, which of the following is diamagnetic and low spin? Diamagnetic means no unpaired electron. Low spin again means it has the minimum number of unpaired electrons, right? So here you can see the electronic configuration of cobalt is 3d7 4s2, right? And the oxidation state is +3, so 3 electrons are removed, it is 3d6. And ammonia in this case acts as a strong field ligand. So what happens? We force the pairing of d electrons, and this is the configuration that we have, right? So this is something that you repeatedly do in valence bond theory in coordination compounds, right? So the configuration of cobalt ion in this complex looks like this, right? All 6 electrons forced up in the 3 d orbitals, and you have 2 vacant d orbitals, thereby the hybridization is d2sp3. So yes, it is diamagnetic, and because we have forced the pairing of electrons, so it is low spin complex, right? DS-HH linkage was not an option in the previous one. So can you tell me, can you let us know what was the option so that we can explain in a better way, right? If you have, just do a drop in the chat, right? I'll take it up. So this is the correct answer here, absolutely correct. Those who said option A is the correct answer. Yes, this is diamagnetic as well as low spin. Is that clear? Is that clear everyone, right? Then let us see if we have some more questions. If you guys have any question, then you can drop it here in the chat section, then we will take it up, right? So I do have some questions with me. I'm just finding if it's on the PPT here. Same concept in GTM, okay. So like one question we got, again this is something that every chemistry teacher says, do not skip chemical bonding because it's a very fundamental chapter in chemistry, right? So there was one question we got, what is the sum of lone pairs in IF5 and IF7, right? IF7 and IF5. So polymer question, biodegradable. Yes, nylon 26 is biodegradable. Yes, DS, nylon 26 is biodegradable. Right? So what do you think? Then again, be careful with this question because they have just asked number of lone pairs. So again, we are not sure if they have asked number of lone pairs on the central atom only or on the all boundary atoms also, right? So what do you suggest? IF5 and IF7. So I'll tell you, in iodine we have 7 valence electrons, right? 5 electrons are distributed with 5 fluorine. So we have 2 electrons left. So there is 1 lone pair, right? So on iodine we have 1 lone pair, but then again if you count the total number of lone pairs, then each fluorine has 3 lone pairs, right? You guys know that halogens have 7 valence electrons. Okay, central atom only, okay, then fine. Then let me explain all, because sometimes you guys make mistake, right? They ask the total number of lone pairs. In JEE Advanced also such questions have been asked previously, right? Where they ask the total number of lone pairs, but out of haste you just guys mark the number of lone pairs on the central atom. Right, so iodine has 1 lone pair, but if you see, each fluorine has 3 lone pairs. So 3 into 5, 15 plus 1, 60 lone pairs in total in IF5. In IF7, there is no lone pair on iodine because 7 electrons, right, are distributed with 7 fluorine atoms. So 0 with respect to iodine. So if the question was what is the number of lone pairs on the central atom, then the answer was 1, right? Then the answer was 1. So if somebody can vouch for that, if this was the question, then let me know. Right? Yes, Chandrakala, 1 would be the answer if they have asked the number of lone pairs on the central atom, right? If they've asked the total number of lone pairs, then again 21 lone pairs will be here, right? Because there are 7 fluorine atoms, so 7 into 3, 21. So 21 lone pairs will be on the fluorine and 16 will be here. So 37 number of lone pairs, right? Is that clear? Is that clear? So I think we have some questions of physics. So physics sir will take it up from here, and I do have some more questions. I'll be back, right? Okay. Meanwhile, if anybody has any question in chemistry, just drop in the chat section. We will discuss, right? Okay. Yeah, the color absorbed and emitted in coordination compound. Okay, Adarsh, right now Aniruddha sir is going ahead with the discussion. I have noted down your question. As and when I come back, I'll take it up, right? Okay, Adarsh, just stay tuned with us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. So, sir has already discussed the chemistry questions. Now, I'll be starting off with the physics paper, and in the physics, it's just like the previous case. The physics paper is very easy. Like very easy, I'll say, like these are the kind of questions we don't even give in foundation courses. The questions are that easy. I'll show you and you'll get an idea about why I'm saying that. Like there's one thing about being formula based, and there's another thing where you're like literally telling the answer itself. There's very little to do over there. So look at this question. We'll start off with this one. So the first question is from your waves, progressive waves. It has given you, they have provided you with the equation of the wave. Y is equal to 5 sine of 60 plus 0.03x. And all they have asked you to find is the speed of the wave. That's it. That's all you need to find. Very direct question. Even if you have done a little bit of waves, these are one of the most basic things you learn over there, which is comparing the equation to the standard equation. If you do that, you know that this part is going to be your omega, the 6 is your omega, and the 0.03 is your k. The speed of the wave relation is simply given by VW is equal to omega by k. That's it. Put in the values. Omega is 6, k is 0.03, 0.03, remove the point, put 100 here, cancel here, and you have 200 coming out. So your VW is just 200 meters per second. It is that direct. Yes, that's correct, Adarsh. The answer is 200. Okay. Yes, Rajesh, these questions are from today's paper itself. I think Rajesh, you put another question in there. Yes, that's it, Rajesh. There's another question, that 200 Newton. We'll discuss that as well. That also I've got over here. But it is that direct. Same concept came in Jan. Yes, not just same concept in Jan. I'll show you like the question that Rajesh is posting right now. Okay, we'll take that up next. The question that Rajesh is posting right now, that is the same question that has come in your 6th April shift 1. Exactly the same question. The only difference is in this time they have given with 200 Newton. In that shift 1 they had given with 400 Newton. Rest everything, even the depth is the same. Okay, that's right, Adarsh. This is even simpler than the board level question. So we'll take up Rajesh's question. It's simple, like Rajesh has already written that. You can see it over there. Thank you, Rajesh, first up for that. So I'll just draw it out pictorially. So over here you have the earth, and an object is placed on the earth whose weight is given by 200 Newton. The weight of the object on the surface of the earth is 200 Newton. They have to ask what is its weight going to be at a depth inside. Suppose if the object was kept here, right? Then what is the weight of that object, W here, such that the depth is R by 2. Exactly this question came in shift 1, just 200 was replaced with 400. That is why I keep telling that you will do this if you have a later exam, like if you have the later shifts or the later days, do the questions that have come in the previous days and you will get similar concepts, if not exact values but similar concepts. So over here I'll just run over this quickly because most of you have been there with us in that shift itself. So we know the formula for G dash, the apparent gravitational acceleration at a depth, as G into 1 minus d by r, where d is the depth. So G dash becomes G into 1 minus r by 2r. So cancel this, you have 1 minus half. So G dash is just equal to G divided by 2, which just means that the new weight W dash would be W by 2, which is 200 newtons, that's provided to us, divided by 2, that's equal to 100 newtons. That is the answer to this. That's right, Mansvi. That's right, Adarsh. It is just 100 newtons. Yeah, Adarsh has raised a very good point that this easier papers, there's nothing to be too happy about easier papers. I know you feel a lot more confident after coming out of the exam because you could attempt more of it, but it's like right now it's good, later on it's not that good because the percentile is going to go up. Based on the papers that we are seeing so far, like even Adarsh has asked, based on what we are seeing, because the maths paper is also coming comparatively easy. So for 99 percentile, I'm assuming it would go 190 to 200. It will not go below that because maths paper usually used to be the section where it was a bit difficult, and that is what brought the cutoff a little lower. That percentile mark, it brought it a little lower. But now that the maths papers are also coming comparatively easier, the cutoff and the percentile, the marks required for that percentile is going to go up. Okay, so it might seem like a good news now that we are getting easier questions, but it's not so. Next up, so okay, I'll tell you the advice also with regards to what you should do about here. Next up, we have a capacitor question. Again, this I would say requires a little conceptual understanding of the entire subject, but anyway, not very difficult either. So you have one capacitor here, another here, this is the circuit diagram, and you have two more capacitors connected as such, and this is your point B, this is your point A, this is your point B. All capacitors have the same capacitance of C. They have asked you what is the equivalent capacitance between A and B. Okay, you need the equivalent capacitance between both of them. Now over here, this is where I tell that you need a little conceptual understanding, and the conceptual understanding you need for this is that since both of these points are connected to B, even these 2 points are connected to B, these two are placed in between the same potentials, which means you can just ignore these, you can ignore their presence. Those capacitors are shorted. We call this shorting of a circuit. These two capacitors will not play a role. Just forget that they are here, then it is just one capacitor, another capacitor in parallel. This is where I say it's slightly conceptual over here, that you have to recognize that these two don't play a role. They are about the same potentials, which means they are shorted out. So equivalent, we know since they are in parallel, the equivalent capacitance is just going to be C plus C, that is equal to 2C. Okay. So Pranav is asking me to repeat this question. So here you had one capacitor, here you had another capacitor. These two capacitors are, both ends of the capacitor are having the same potential, because this end of the capacitor is also connected to B, this is also connected to B. Since they are across the same potentials, this is shorted, means you don't consider its presence anymore. Similarly, this capacitor also, both ends are connected to B. So this capacitor is also shorted. See, this and this are not shorted because one side of the capacitor connected to A, the other side connected to B. Same for this. So these two are not shorted, but these two are shorted, so you can just ignore their presence and you'll just have this and this in parallel. Okay, Pranav, is that clear? That's right, Sai Teja, Adarsh, it is 2C. Potential difference equals 0, so no charge is going to accumulate over there. That's also another way of looking at it. Q is equal to CV, V is 0, so Q is also going to be 0. Okay, Rajesh is giving more questions. Yes, Rajesh, we'll take it all. It says for solenoid, H is 2.4, 10 to the power 3, L is 15 centimeter, I is 60 turn, N is given as 60 turns, I is this. So this is, I guess, is it in this session? Because this again is a similar question we saw in, I think, 6th April shift 1 itself. Rajesh, I think that's a very similar question to the one we saw in shift 1. We have also done that question in our power up series. Those of you who have followed that, we have done every chapter, lots of questions in the power up series. It's available here. You will get those questions there. If you want to practice before your exams, you can do that. You'll find those videos on our channel. Okay, we'll proceed with the questions. Next up, we have a projectile motion question. So we'll take that up. We'll take that up over here. First question. This again, same as 6th April shift 1. Very similar. Just one or two values they have changed. So they have said that there's one projectile that is launched at 15 degrees. One projectile launched at 15 degrees and it has a range of 50 meters. Okay. And they have given you another case that you launch another projectile, this time at 45 degree. Another projectile launched at 45 degree, they have the same speed. So if this is at U, this is also launched at U, but this is launched at 45 degree, and you want what the range is in this case. What is R dash? Okay. Hi, okay, you're Gautam. Hi Gautam. Okay, Gautam, you're asking me to speak in Telugu. I don't know Telugu, I know English and Hindi. So those are the two languages I can switch between. If any of you have difficulty with either English or Hindi, I can switch and tell in the other language as well, but I can't shift to Telugu. I know very little of Telugu. Okay, so what do we have to do here? The range is given 50 meter. What is the formula for range of a projectile? R is equal to U square sine 2 theta divided by G. U square sine 2 theta divided by G. And over here, so in this case, let's put this up here. So this is R is 50, U square by G into sine 2 theta is sine of 30 degree, which is going to give you half. So U square by G is equal to 100 meter, right? Now we move to the next case. Now we move to the second case, where R dash is equal to the same U square sine 2 into 45 degree, sine 2 theta, sine 2 into 45 degree divided by G. 2 into 45 is 90 degree, which means the sine of 90 is going to be 1. Your R dash is just equal to U square by G, which we have calculated as 100 meter. So your R dash is equal to 100 meter. That is your answer. Others, no, the answer is 100 meters, not 30. Brawl Stars. So I don't know what your actual name is, but anyway, the answer is 100. That's correct. So Rajesh, you're giving me lots of questions. Just hang on. Okay. Find ratio of max to min amplitude. Okay, you have given me a communication systems question. Hang on. Okay, Rajesh. Okay, we'll take a few questions from Rajesh since he's providing us with all the questions. But Rajesh, I want you to tell that these are verified questions, because unless these are verified, I don't want to take them up yet. So the previous question that you gave, that was a verified question. So carrier wave AC is given maximum to minimum amplitude. Okay. Okay, so I'll take up Rajesh's question. I haven't got that yet, but since he's giving, we'll just do it. There's no loss in doing it. So the carrier wave, okay, its chat is scrolling up, sir. Can you scroll up the chat once? I'll take up Rajesh's question. Just a moment. Just thoda sa scroll up karna, sir. Just a moment. Just give me a moment. Okay, Rajesh, we'll get to that question. We'll get to that question in a moment. Yeah. Thank you, Rajesh. He's post. Okay, sir. Post kiya usne phir se. Okay, so we'll take up this question. The carrier wave is given as, we have got confirmation from Sai Teja as well that it came. So the carrier wave is given as, amplitude is given as 15 volts, and the is by modulated by the baseband signal of 3 volts. So AM, the modulating signal has 3 volts. So the ratio of the maximum to minimum is very simple. The ratio, let's call it R, that is the maximum is A max plus AM and minimum is A max minus AM. That's all. So AC minus AM and AC plus AM. So it's max by min. So AC plus AM by AC minus AM. So just do that, 15 plus 3, and down here we have 15 minus 3. So that is 18 by 12. This would go with 3 by 2. So the ratio is 3:2. Okay, that's right, Adarsh. The answer is 3:2, direct formula based, Sai Teja. Correct. Thank you, Rajesh. You can keep posting these questions. I also have more questions coming in. Okay, I've received another very basic question. Very basic question over here. By the way, we are collecting these questions for you, so solving these for you, because like we see, there's lots of repetitions over here. So we want you to get value out of these sessions. If you enjoy the session and if you're getting value out of it, do like this video. That's very important, gives us encouragement and gives more people who can come in and provide us with more inputs. Like Rajesh is doing a great job. I want people all on the chat, you can also thank Rajesh because he's providing us with the questions as well. And subscribe to the channel, because for every shift we'll be coming up with these questions, these paper discussions, so that you can stay ahead of your competition. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, Rajesh has given another question. Let's take that up as well. V is given as 4 meters per second, B is 0.5 Tesla, L is 1 meter, R is 5 ohms. What is the force? Okay, so I'll just quickly take it before the chat moves ahead. V is 4, magnetic field is 0.15, length is 1 meter, length is 1 meter and R is 5 ohms. R is 5 ohms, okay. So we need I is equal to, we need to find the force, right? Is it V? Is the velocity provided? Okay, velocity is provided. So I'm assuming that we need to find the current. So we can do a quick derivation. Either you can directly go to B square L square V square by R, or we can do a quick derivation of things. We know that EMF would be given by BVL, just a quick derivation of things. So the current, this we know, motional EMF, BVL, I'm assuming that velocity and magnetic field are perpendicular to each other. So BVL, I is equal to E by R, which is BVL divided by R. So this is I. We need the force. Force is equal to I into L into B. So if you do that in here, you will get B square L square into V divided by R. You can put the values in. You need the force, so this is it. So you can put the values in. B is 0.15. So can 0.15 go with something else? Okay, we'll keep it as is. 0.15 into 0.15 multiplied with L square. L is 1 meter, so 1 square, won't make a difference. V is given as 4 divided by, you have R. R is 5 ohms. So some things will cancel out, like this I can take out over here with 0.03. So 0.15 into 4 would go with 0.6. 0.6 into 0.03 I need, right? 0.6 into 0.03, it would be 18, but 0.018 newtons. That would be the answer to it. Okay? Okay, everyone got it? V is equal to potential difference. Okay, I'm not exactly getting what you're referring to, Adarsh, but it's 0.018. That's right, Nikhil. It's 0.018. Thank you, Rajesh, for this question. We'll move on. Meanwhile, if the others are also there who you have questions, you can post them. It helps us out a lot. Okay, Adarsh is going on. He's providing the questions for us here. Okay, we'll take up, because the questions I have, we can always come back to them. when we run out of these questions. So this one that Adarsh says that H, I'm assuming this is the magnetizing field required, that is 2.4. Your 10 to the power 3, 2.4 into 10 to the power 3. We have ampere per meter, okay, I get that. L is 15 centimeter, length of the solenoid is 15 centimeter, and your number of turns, N, total number of turns is 60 turns. You need to find what is the current. You need to find the current here. This I think came in 6th April shift 1 as well. So from there itself we have got something, or we have also done this in our power up series like I said before. So let's take it up. By the way, Rajesh, did you give your exam today? Because you're giving me a lot of valuable inputs for this session here. So we know H is equal to N into I. That is all. That's the direct formula that you need. You don't even need to bother beyond this. So I is equal to H by N. But be mindful, this is number of turns per unit length. So if you put those in, you have 2.4 into 10 to the power 3 as your value of H, divided by number of turns per unit length, means number of turns divided by the total length, that is 15 centimeter, which we will call as 0.15. Okay, so we can remove this 0.15 with this. This would go with 400. Yeah, this would go with 400. So up top you have 2400. So 2.4 into 10 to the power 3 means 2400 divided by 400 will give you 6. So I is equal to 6 amperes. I think the 6th April shift, the answer came something as 3 amperes. I can't exactly recall whether it was in the 6th April or we did it in the power up series, because we did this, we solved this question in either of these sessions. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Surya, Adarsh, Nikhil, the answer is 6 amperes. Correct, Brawl Stars. Kirtana, yes, that is correct. So Rajesh, if you have any more you can send, otherwise I'll move on for now. More questions again, all of you. Just every time Rakesh sends and that helps us out, you can give him a thanks. And if you want to thank me for solving the question, you can like the video. Chalo, let's move on to okay, another very, very basic question that we just got, which is a mass M moving with a velocity of v. Okay, it collides with 2m, collides with a mass 2m at rest. So this is at rest and sticks to it. So this is an inelastic collision. It sticks to it. They have asked you what is the common velocity. This is a very, very direct question, very simple question. There's no coefficient of restitution needed, nothing needed over here. You can do it very simply. So over here, let's do that. mv, this is the initial momentum, m into v, because the second mass has no momentum. This is just going to stay as mv. And the final momentum is going to be, now let's assume that the final velocity is v dash, then the final momentum is m plus 2m into v dash. Because it's an inelastic collision, both the masses move at the exact same velocity. So just cancel out these m's, you'll have a factor of 1 plus 2, 3. So v dash becomes equal to v divided by 3. Okay, v by 3, that's right. Lambda at 300 Kelvin, Yashwant says that there's another question that has come. Lambda at 300 Kelvin and lambda at 600 Kelvin, we have to use by the Wien's displacement law. Yeah, so yeah, that question I have got, but anyway, thank you Yashwant for bringing it here, providing it to the question. People, you can thank Yashwant as well for giving us these questions. So I'll solve it as well. Just give me a moment. The full question actually I have. 1 second. Our team at Sri Chaitanya are collecting these questions. They are getting it. Rest of you, just before I move on, KVC, Nikhil, Surya, Vikash, that the answer is correct. It is V by 3. Okay, so Yashwant, your complete question is de Broglie wavelength of a molecule of a gas at room temperature is lambda 1. If the temperature of the gas is increased to 600 Kelvin, then de Broglie wavelength of the same gas molecules becomes. So over here, what you're doing, the Wien's displacement law, that is coming from your black body radiation, but even for gases, a similar relation is going to come into play. Okay, so over here, what we do, we know that lambda is equal to h divided by mv, which is the momentum, right? Now mass is roughly going to stay constant, which means we can keep lambda is proportional to 1 by v. Now since we are dealing with gas molecules over here, we know the velocity of the gas molecules v is proportional to root over of t, because we know v RMS is equal to root over of 3 kT by m, right? We know this. So based on that, we know v is proportional to root t, which means lambda is proportional to 1 by root t, because v is proportional to root t. Now we have been given the two temperatures and the lambda 1 and lambda 2. We need to find the ratio, I'm assuming, over here. So let's put this out here. We have lambda 1 by lambda 2 would be equal to root over of T2 by root over of T1. So lambda 2 is equal to lambda 1 into root over of T1 T2, which is equal to lambda 1 into T1 is 300, T2 is 600. So root over of 300 by 600, cancel this out. You have lambda 2 is equal to lambda 1 by root 2. Okay, that is the answer. So that's right. So already I can see Nitin sir is here. He'll be discussing a few chemistry questions as well. Meanwhile, all of you who are here, if you get the questions or if you know your friends who have given the exam, share it with them, ask them to join in. People who might have more questions, you can bring them in. Our team is also collecting questions for you. But as we get more and more people into this session, we'll be getting more inputs like these, and we can provide you and help you out even better. So share this video among your friends. Tell them that these questions are being discussed. Meanwhile, I think Nitin sir is ready with more questions. I'll be coming back with more physics questions. If you also get them, keep them. When I'll be coming back, you can post them as well.
Yeah,
okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
So I am again here with some more chemistry questions, guys. Whatever questions you have in physics for Aniruddha sir, just keep them, right? When he'll come back, he'll discuss, right? Don't worry about that. In chemistry, as I said, right, earlier in this video today, the questions were really very easy, right? They're very straightforward question. So for example, one question I have, if somebody has the exact question, you can let me know, right? Because these are memory based. So if you guys also have exact question, you let me know, right? So the question was number of electrons present in T2G orbitals of central metal in potassium hexacyanoferrate 2, right? Potassium hexacyanoferrate 2. So if it is 2, then this will be 4. All right. So tell me, what will be the correct answer here? The number of electrons present in T2G orbitals, right? The number of electrons present in T2G orbitals of central metal in potassium hexacyanoferrate. ये बताओ guys, ये क्या होगा? ठीक है? Yes, Rajesh, I think we already got that question, but thank you anyway. Earth shrinks to 1 by 64 times of its initial value. We have got this question, right? When physics sir comes back, he'll discuss it. How will you go about this question, guys? K4 FeCN6. K4 FeCN6. इसमें हमारे कितने electrons होंगे? तो I got one answer as 6. KVC said. Let us see that. So iron is in +2 state. Iron is 3d6. 4s2 +2 state meaning that it is 3d6. +2 state meaning that it is 3d6. Now because cyanide is a strong field ligand, right? Cyanide is a strong field ligand. Yes, it is from CFT Saiteja. Yes, it is from CFT Saiteja. Okay, Rajesh, I'll take up these questions. So these are 6 electrons in d orbital. Cyanide is a strong field ligand. It will pair up. Okay. Now you know in octahedral complex, because there are 6 donor atoms, in octahedral complex, how does the splitting of d orbitals occur? That is how T2G and EG, right? How does it occur, guys? T2G and EG. So let me know. So the 6 electrons, because cyanide is a strong field ligand, so the 6 electrons will go here. 6 electrons will go here, right? So yes, correct answer, the number of electrons in T2G is 6 electron. Very good, very good. So very simple question I would call it, right? Not difficult at all. Yes, Nikhil, yes, very good, correct answer. Then there was one question from thermodynamics. That 2 carbon monoxide plus oxygen gives you 2 CO2. Here the enthalpy change is minus x kilojoule per mole, right? Okay. And then carbon graphite plus oxygen, it gives you CO2. The enthalpy change for this process is minus y. Then carbon plus half O2 gives carbon monoxide. What is the enthalpy change for this process? A very simple question based on Hess's law, right? Very simple question. So I'll tell you how to go about this question. Yes, how to go about this question. So guys, in chemistry we usually see that normally that questions are not lengthy, they're not very difficult. So that is why chemistry is the most scoring section in the JEE, right? So tell me guys, how will you go about this question? So this is the equation for which I have to find the enthalpy change. So first I need carbon. Carbon is here. I'll take this equation as it is, right? I'll take this equation as it is. The enthalpy change is minus y. Next I need oxygen. Oxygen is there in 2 equations. So whenever any species repeats, ignore it, right? Next is carbon monoxide is something you need. Carbon monoxide is in first equation. Now I need carbon monoxide on the product side and 1. I need carbon monoxide on the product side and 1, but it is on the reactant side in 2. So first I will reverse this equation. 2 CO2 gives 2 carbon monoxide plus O2. So minus becomes plus x. And then I do not need 2 carbon monoxide, I need 1. So I'll divide it by 2, right? I'll divide it by 2. That is, I multiplied by half. So this will become x by 2. So if you divide it by 2, you will get carbon dioxide gives carbon monoxide plus half O2, right? That is what you will get here. So now this equation and this equation, carbon dioxide, it will cancel, half oxygen, it will cancel, and you will realize that you are left with carbon, half oxygen and carbon monoxide. All right. So this was very easy question, I would say, from thermodynamics, right? Because if you see then in the previous year question, there have been many more difficult questions than this. So because this equation I get by adding these 2 equations, so this will be minus y as it is I have taken, this is x by 2. So this is x by 2 minus y. That will be the correct answer. Is that okay? Right? Yes, Surya Vikas, very good. The correct answer is x by 2 minus y. So this was one question that we got. Another question was based on Boyle's law. A very easy question. You guys know that in states of matter, Boyle's law is the first law that you study. So the pressure value is given to be 930.2 millimeter mercury, right? The volume is then reduced to 40% of the initial volume. Volume जो हम reduce कर रहे हैं, वो कितना कर रहे हैं? 40%. Is that clear? The volume is reduced to 40%. Yes, we can apply short trick also. Yes, Saiteja. Yes. Then what is the final pressure? Final pressure उसने पूछा है, ठीक है? Final pressure उसने पूछा है. तो Boyle's law हम लोग कैसे करते हैं, guys? P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Am I correct? P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. ये सब लोगों को पता है. That is Boyle's law. PV constant है. Initial pressure है 930.2 millimeter mercury. Volume is reduced to 40%. So V1 I'll just call V. V1 I'll just call V. Then V2 it will be 0.4 V. Right? This is the meaning. This is the meaning. Volume is reduced to 40%. Right? So if V1 is V, then V2 will be 0.4 V. And then final pressure you can easily calculate. Right? So final pressure it will be 930.2 divided by 0.4. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes, Pranav. So you can just use P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Is that okay? Right? I've got just 3-4 more questions, guys. So everybody got this? Is this MCQ? Sai Teja, I cannot really say if this was a this question was from section B or from section A. All right. So I'm not really sure, but that is how you will solve this question, right? The point is you get the logic of this question, right? Point is you get the logic of this question. Then there was one more question, statement 1 and statement 2. So statement 1 is potassium dichromate is used in volumetric analysis. Potassium dichromate is used in volumetric analysis, right? This is statement 1. Tell me guys if this is correct or not. And statement 2 was that K2Cr2O7 is more soluble. It is more soluble than Na2Cr2O7 in water. All right. So this information is given in NCERT book. ये information NCERT book में yes Sai Teja, very good very good. This is NCERT line. NCERT line है बिल्कुल. NCERT में दे रखा है in DNF block elements under the compounds potassium dichromate. Very good, right? So statement 1 is correct. Yes Nikhil, very good. Statement 1 जो है हमारा वो correct है. Potassium dichromate is used in volumetric analysis. Do you guys remember हम इसको titration में use करते हैं? Yes Sai Teja, हम इसको titration में use करते हैं. Potassium dichromate की titration करते हैं हम जहाँ पे diphenylamine is used as an indicator, right? तो yes, this is statement 1 is correct. Potassium dichromate is used in volumetric analysis. Yes, statement 2 क्या है? False है. तो जैसा मुकेश ने बोला, yes, बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हो. Very good, you are correct. जो पोटेशियम डाइक्रोमेट है वो ज्यादा सोल्यूबल नहीं है, वो ज्यादा सोल्यूबल नहीं है. ओके राइट. साई तेजा, ये भी एनसीईआरटी में दे रखा है. जो Na2Cr2O7 है गाइस, ये हाइग्रोस्कोपिक है. ये हाइग्रोस्कोपिक है. इट कैचेस moisture. And do you guys remember that in the preparation Cr2O7, in the preparation of potassium dichromate, first we make this sodium dichromate and then we add KCl, right? And do you remember this equation is given in NCERT book in the preparation, right? In the preparation, yes. So sodium dichromate, it reacts with KCl, it forms potassium dichromate. Because potassium dichromate is less soluble, it precipitates out, right? Potassium dichromate is less soluble, so it precipitates out. Okay, so potassium dichromate is less soluble, chromates, right? In chromates. So K2Cr2 more soluble than Na2Cr2O7 water? No, this statement is false. ये वाला statement हमारा गलत हो गया. ठीक है, ये वाला statement हमारा कैसा हो गया? गलत हो गया. Is that clear? ये सब लोगों को समझ में आया? ठीक है, ये सब लोगों को समझ में आया. देन एक क्वेश्चन था हमारा वेंट ऑफ फैक्टर के बेसिस पे. ठीक है, वेंट ऑफ फैक्टर पे कि जो डिग्री ऑफ डिसोसिएशन है मोनोबेसिक एसिड का, डिग्री ऑफ डिसोसिएशन है मोनोबेसिक एसिड का, दैट इज 0.3. वो हमें कितना दे रखा है? 0.3 दे रखा है. तो पूछा है बाय व्हाट फैक्टर, पूछा है बाय व्हाट फैक्टर is the observed depression in freezing point, right? Observed depression in freezing point greater than the calculated depression, greater than the calculated depression. That is the question. So it's very easy question guys. If you remember the definitions of Van't Hoff factor, then this question is very easy. So will somebody tell me in the chat section how to approach this problem, how to go about this question? एक मोनोबेसिक एसिड है, मोनोबेसिक एसिड मतलब HA बोल देते हैं. ठीक है, ये डिसोशिएट करके बनाएगा H+ and A-, राइट? इज दैट क्लियर? अब जो Van't Hoff factor है, there are many definitions for it. One definition that we most commonly use, one formula is the total number of particles formed after association or dissociation divided by total number of particles before association or dissociation, right? That is one formula that we most commonly use. But if you see NCERT book, if you have read this topic thoroughly, you realize there are two more formulas. One in terms of molar mass, another in terms of colligative property. Yes, colligative property. So the formula in terms of colligative property is observed colligative property, right, divided by calculated colligative property, right? So everyone who finds this topic a little, unfamiliar, please, yes, correct, Nikhil. I is equal to observed divided by calculated. So anybody who finds this topic a little unfamiliar, please go to the NCERT book in chapter 2 solutions and then go through this, right? Because JEE Advanced can also ask this question. So Van't Hoff factor is observed colligative property divided by calculated colligative property, which is nothing but Van't Hoff factor. And yes, DK said I is equal to 1 plus alpha. Okay, Surya Vikas, the question is the monobasic acid has 0.3 as the degree of dissociation. By what factor is the observed depression in freezing point greater than the calculated depression in freezing point? Okay, so another definition of I Van't Hoff factor is observed colligative property divided by calculated colligative property. All right, okay. Now we know I is also 1 plus alpha n minus 1, right? This is the Van't Hoff factor for dissociation. This is the Van't Hoff factor for dissociation. 1 plus alpha, alpha the degree of dissociation, n is the number of particles formed upon dissociation. So it forms 2 particles, right? It forms how many? 2 particles. It forms how many? 2 particles. So I is equal to 1 plus alpha is given 0.3, 2 minus 1, so this is 1.3, right? I is equal to 0.3, 2 minus 1, so this is 1.3. Is that clear? So the ratio is in fact 1.3, right? So now it's very simple mathematics. Calculated colligative property, if it is 1, then observed colligative property will be 1.3. It will be 1.3. Now by what factor 1.3 greater than 1? Obviously 30%. Obviously 30%. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? So this question was indeed very easy, right? So the ratio of observed and colligative property is 1.3, which means colligative property is 30% greater than the calculated. Yes, Nikhil, very good. That is a correct answer. That is a correct answer. Yes, yes. Is that clear to everyone? Is that clear to everyone? So there was one student who wanted me to explain the colors in coordination compound. If you are if you're watching this video, please respond, okay? If you are here, then I'll explain. One more question that we have got, and it is indeed very question. It's incredible if this question comes in JEE. So the question was that sodium monoxide reacts with water, it forms 2 molecules of X, and Cl2O7 reacts with water and it forms 2 molecules of Y. The question is the total number of oxygen atoms, total number of oxygen atoms in X and Y. A very easy question, very easy question. Yes, yes, very easy question. ये बताओ guys, इसका क्या होगा? Tell me what will be the correct answer in this question. So this is very easy question guys. ये बहुत ही आसान question है. बहुत ही आसान question है. ये बताओ क्या होगा? See, whenever any oxide reacts with water, right, it either forms the hydroxide or the oxoacid, right? It either forms the hydroxide or the oxoacid. So tell me guys. So what will be? So see, this is a metal oxide. Metal oxide, always remember, okay? Metal oxide, if it is basic, upon dissolution in water, it will form a base. If it is acidic, upon dissolution in water, it will form an acid. Okay, let me explain. Manganese oxide is a basic compound, right? If you dissolve this in water, you will get a hydroxide, because by its very nature, manganese oxide is basic. But if you take Mn2O7, right, Mn2O7 is an acidic oxide. It's an acidic oxide. The oxidation number is +7. If you dissolve this compound, you will not get hydroxide, because the nature of oxide is acidic. So now you will get permanganic acid, HMnO4, right, 2HMnO4, which is a salt, of the salt of this compound is potassium permanganate. So I am getting option as 5 KVC. Sai Teja said option 5. Let us see. So sodium oxide, when reacts with water, it forms to NaOH. It forms to NaOH. All right. And Cl2O7, when it reacts with water, it forms to HClO4. Please remember, these are hydrolysis reactions. They are not redox reactions. Please, okay? These are hydrolysis reactions. They are not redox reaction. Yes, KVC. Very good. HClO4. Right, HClO4. So what will be the correct answer? The total number of oxygen atoms in X and Y So X is NaOH, it has 1 oxygen atom, very good, and HClO4 has 4 oxygen atom. So in total we have 5 oxygen atoms. Yes, that is the correct answer, right? 1 plus 4, reaction water in NCRT. Yes, yes, Sai Teja, yes, Vishwandula, it is given there, right? It is given there. Is that clear? Is that clear, right? So now if they're asking total number of oxygen atoms, then of course you will multiply the answer by 2, right? Because here 2 molecules are forming and here also 2 molecules are forming. Is that clear, right? So I think we have maths sir with some question. So I'll come back again with some more questions, guys, okay?
So hello guys, I hope you are well versed now with the physics and the chemistry questions. So we are about to discuss the maths question. So are you all able to hear me? Is my mic on? Sir, mic on? Okay. So are you able to hear me now? Are you able to hear me now? No voice. Okay. Unable to hear you, sir. Okay, thank you. Yes, all right, thank you. So here we have the product of the cos theta, 96 times cos pi upon 33, cos 2 pi upon 33, cos 4 pi upon 33, cos 8 pi upon 33 and cos 16 pi over 33. So this type of problem can be solved by multiplying 2 sin pi by 3, pi by 33. This is 2 sin theta in the numerator also and in the denominator also. What will happen after multiplying it? So the process is, if I multiply 2 sin pi by 33 in the numerator as well as in the denominator, then what will happen? It will be converted to sin 2 theta, because 2 sin theta cos theta will be sin 2 theta. And this process will keep on continuously going on, sin 2 theta. Then again we will have sin 2 pi by 33 into cos 2 pi by 33. It will again become sin 4 pi by 33. Sin 4 pi by 33 into cos 4 pi by 33. It will again become sin 8 pi by 33. Sin 8 pi by 33 into cos 8 pi by 33. It will become sin 16 pi by 33. And this result will keep on going. Are you able to understand? So from here to here, the result is you just need to remember the formula, sin 2 raised to the power n into angle A whole divided by 2 raised to the power n into sin A. So this is a formula that you need to remember. N is the number of terms that are being involved here. So you can find here how many terms of cos are being involved. 5 terms of the cos are involved over here. So you can write here sin 2 raised to the power 5. So that will become 32 times. 2 raised to the power 5 is 32. Into angle A. Angle A is pi over 33. And here we can say that 2 raised to the power 5, it is 32 times sin A. Angle A is pi over 33. I hope you are able to understand this. Now students, what we need to do, since we know that we have obtained sin 32 pi over 33. So this 32 pi over 33 can be written as pi minus theta. Pi minus theta, that is pi minus pi by 3. So if I write pi minus pi by 33, it will be sin 32 pi over 33. And this is second quadrant, and in the second quadrant we can see that the sine of pi minus theta will be sin theta itself. That is why these two angles, these two sin thetas are getting cancelled, because these both are referring to the same sine angle. So that is why they are cancelling each other. Now we are left with 96 over 32. Can you please guys help me out? What is the result of 96 over 32? So 96 over 32 will be equals to 3 because 32 multiplied by 3 will generate 96. Hence the answer will be 3 over here. I hope you understood the concept that is being used in this particular question. So now we are moving to the next question. Can we go ahead for the next question? Thank you so much. You also have done right. There is no doubt in this question. Now we are moving ahead to the next question. Okay. There was a question of the sequence and series. Let me first bring out a question of the sequence and series, or there is a question from the complex number also. So they have told us that there is a complex number z, that is x plus iota y, and moreover they told that 2z minus 3 iota, 2z minus 3 iota whole divided by 2z plus iota, 2z plus iota. So they're talking about this complex number is purely imaginary. So this is purely imaginary. All right. Since this is purely imaginary, and they are also giving you one information that if a relationship between x and y is also expressed in this way, that x plus y square is equals to 0, then they are asking you to find the value of y raised to the power 4 plus y square minus y. They are asking you to find this value. Sir, will the percentile go down if the maths is easy? I don't think so. There will be not much difference. There can be a difference of 10 to 15 marks. Other than that, there will be no difference. Okay, so don't worry about that. Now we have z is equals to x plus iota y. It is 2z minus 3 iota whole divided by 2z plus iota. It is purely imaginary. So what we need to do, we just need to put the value of z over here. So the value of z will be what? It is 2 times x plus iota y minus 3 iota whole divided by 2 times x plus iota y, and then it is plus iota. Now let me simplify this expression. If I consider the real part, it is twice of x, and if I consider the imaginary part, so I am taking this iota common, I will be left with 2y minus 3 in the numerator. Moreover, in the denominator, if I consider the real part, it is twice of x, and if I consider the imaginary part, I am taking this iota common, I will be left with 2y plus 1. I hope you are able to understand this. Now let us try to rationalize it. So we are just about to convert this particular expression in the form of a plus iota b. And how will I be able to convert it? I'll just multiply it by 2x minus iota times 2y plus 1 in the numerator, and in the same denominator also 2x minus iota times 2y plus 1. Now what we need to do, we need not to consider the denominator, because we know that the denominator will be real over here. It will be 2x square, and then it will be plus 2y plus 1 whole square. And if I talk about the numerator, in the numerator we know that this is purely imaginary. Since this is purely imaginary, so I will be making the real part equal to 0. So I'm just finding out the value of the real part. I'm not evaluating the imaginary part to save the time. I'll just find the value of the real part. And how to get the real part? So it is 2x into 2x will become 4x square. And then iota into iota will become minus 1. So it will be plus times 2y minus 3 multiplied by 2y plus 1. This is only the real part. This is only the real part that I have got from the numerator. And this real part should be equated to 0. Now, if I equate this real part to 0, I will be obtaining one relationship between x and y. One relationship is already there in the question itself. So I just want to create an expression in the y. That means I need to eliminate x. So from here I can get the value of x as negative y square. And here I will put the value of x as negative y square. If I put the value of x as negative y square, so it will be y raised to the power 4 due to the x square. So this will turn out to be 4 times y raised to the power 4, because x is being replaced with negative y square. And here I am just multiplying these two. So 2y into 2y, it will become 4y square. So I am writing 4y square. And then 2y is multiplied with 1 and 2y is multiplied by 3. So minus 6y plus 2y. So minus 6y plus 2y will be written as minus 4y. So I am writing minus 4y. And here minus 3 into plus 1. Minus 3 into plus 1 will be minus 3. And this is equated to 0, because I am equating the real part 0 because this is purely imaginary number. Now I am taking this 3 to the right hand side and I am taking 4 from the remaining terms. So it will be 4 times y raised to the power 4 y square minus y is equals to 3. So I got the value of this expression as 3 upon 4. Are you all able to understand how we got the result as 3 upon 4? Is this clear to you how we got this result as 3 upon 4? Just tell me how we got the result 3 upon 4. Is this clear to you? If this is clear to you, then we can go ahead for the next question. Just say yes or no. All right, thank you. All right, just put some comments in the comment section. Yes, Nikhil, your answer is perfect. Now we will be moving towards the next question. Can we go ahead? Okay. So 3 pair of electron, one of the student is asking from me, beta, I am a maths teacher, I do not know the chemistry portion. As soon as the chemistry sir will join the class, then he will be discussing the questions related to the chemistry, okay. Now let me pick up the question from the topic 3D geometry, okay. So there were 2 equations given to us. One is the line number 1. Line number 1 is having the equation x minus 2 over 1. Then we have y over minus 2. Then we have z plus 5 over minus 2. This is the equation of the line number 1. Let us discuss the equation of the line number 2, x minus 1 over 2. Then it is y plus 2 over 1 and then z plus 3 over 0. Z plus 3 over 0. So these are the 2 equations of line given to us, and they have asked us to get the shortest distance. So to evaluate this shortest distance, what we need to do, basically we will be finding the shortest distance, that is the distance between the 2 skew lines. So the formula to get the distance between the 2 skew lines will be a2 vector minus a1 vector. Then it will be dot b1 cross b2 vector, and this is whole divided by magnitude of b1 vector cross b2 vector. So in this way we will be able to find the distance between the 2 skew lines. Now what are the a1 vectors and a2 vectors? So here if I try to get the value of a1 vector, it will be 2i cap, then here it will be 0j cap, and then it will be minus 5k cap. If I try to get the value of a2 vector, it will be I cap, minus 2j cap and minus 3k cap. So in this way it will be very easy for me to get the value of a2 vector minus a1 vector. So here I will have minus I, then I will have minus 2j, and then I will have plus 2k. Now in the same way I can easily find the value of b1 vector cross b2 vector. b1 and b2 are the vectors which are actually the parallel vectors to both the lines. So parallel vector to the first line is 1, negative 2, negative 2, and the parallel vector to the second line is 2, 1, 0. So we will solve this determinant and we will be able to get the value of b1 cross b2. So here we will observe that we are getting the result 2i cap, then it is minus j times, it will be equals to minus 4j cap, and plus k cap times it will be 1 minus of minus 4, that is plus 4. So 5k cap. So in this way we will be obtaining the value for b1 cross b2. Once we have the value for b1 cross b2, once we have the value for a2 minus a1, so we will substitute these values in the formula here and we will be able to get the distance between the 2 skew lines. I hope you understood the concept that is being used here to determine the shortest distance between the 2 lines. So moving ahead to the next question. Yes, Palani, Vishwanath Dhula, thank you so much for putting your answer over here. We are moving to the next question now. So let us take another question. All right. So I'm just picking up another question, just a minute. Just a minute, have the patience. All right. So here I'm taking another question. If the first term is A, so they are assuming that there is a GP given to you, and in this GP the first term is A and they're talking about the ratio. Ratio is an integer. So the first term is A and the ratio is integer. If the sum of the squares of the first 3 terms, so the first term is A, second term will be AR, third term will be AR square. So the sum of the squares of the first 3 terms, they have given to me, this is very important question, that is 33033. 33033. So this is the concept, that is given here. So here we just need to calculate, the value of A as well as the value of R. So how will I be able to calculate this? So basically in this particular expression, just a minute. Okay. So in this particular expression, what we need to do, here I'll be taking first of all a square common, and I'll be left with 1 plus r square, then it is r raised to the power 4, and this is equals to 33033. Now 33033 should be factorized into two different factors such that the first factor is a perfect square and the second factor will be 1 plus r square plus r raised to the power 4. So how will I be able to get the value of a and r using this expression, because we know that r is an integer over here. So I will be taking this 121 common and I'll be left with 273. There can be many combinations from this 33033 and you need to do the prime factorization. You'll observe that 121 can be taken outside and inside it will be left with 273. And here we have a square times, then it is 1 plus r square plus r raised to the power 4. So a square will be written as 121. So the value of a will be here 11. And here this 272 plus 1 will be equals to 273. So I'm just writing the value 272 plus 1 will be 273. Now what is the benefit of writing in this way? The benefit of writing in this way is that if I am writing this 1 plus r square plus r raised to the power 4 as 272 plus 1, that means 272 plus 1, that means this r square plus r raised to the power 4 can be splitted into 272. The sum of r square and r raised to the power 4 will be 272. Do you know that if r is equals to 4, suppose if r is equals to 4, then r raised to the power 4 will be 256 and r raised to the power 2 will be 16. And if I try to add these two, then it will be 272. Guys, are you able to understand? So that means from here I can get the value of r as plus minus 4. Okay. So here they told us that r is an integer. So the value of r can be plus minus 4 and a can also be plus minus 11. Okay. Because a they have told us as a positive integer. Okay. So since they have told that a is a positive integer, so a will be equals to 11 in this particular case. R will be plus minus 4, a will be 11. Now they can ask you to get the sum of this GP. So you can easily find that. Okay. So this is the question which was very important, and this is factorization into two factors was really important. Many of the students were stuck into this step. How to split this 33033 into these two factors. Once we are able to split into these two factors, definitely we can able to get the value of a as well as r. I hope you are able to understand this illustration. Can we go ahead for the next one? Just say yes or no. Alright, so we are moving ahead for the next question. I am taking another question from the integration. Let there be an integral I of x which says that it will be integration of e raised to the power sine 2x. E raised to the power sine 2x. Then here we have cos x into sine 2x minus sine x. There can be some error in the question, but the question that we have got from the student is this one. Okay, integration of e raised to the power sine 2x multiplied by cos x into sine 2x minus sine x. So how will I be able to deal with this problem? Now I can see many of the students are live right now, but they haven't subscribed to this channel. So I recommend you to please subscribe this channel and please like the video also. Okay. Moreover, if you're not the part of the Infinity Learn Telegram group channel, please join that channel. We'll be posting the PDFs of all the sessions of JEE Mains paper solutions. Okay. Now let us try to attempt this question. So basically what we need to do here, I will be trying to write the value of sine 2x as 2 sin x cos x. As soon as I write this value, I will be taking this sin x common from the bracket. It will be e raised to the power sine 2x. Then I am taking this sin x common. Here I will be left with 2 cos square x and here I will be left with minus 1. And now we need to integrate this. So 2 cos square x minus 1 will be written as cos 2x. So it will be e raised to the power sine 2x. Then we have cos 2x and then we have sin x and then it is dx. Now we are able to convert the integration into a form such that let us consider this function to be the first function and let us consider this function to be the second function. Now what is the benefit of writing this to be a second function? So basically I am considering the second function to that function in integration by parts. For that we can integrate, for the function which we can integrate. Here we can observe that if I assume this sine 2x as t, then the differentiation of sine 2x will be cos 2x dx into 2 will be equals to dt. So cos 2x dx will be written as dt over 2. Now the integration of the second function will be dt over 2 into e raised to the power t. So it will be written as half of e raised to the power t. Okay, that means half of e raised to the power sine 2x. So the integration of second function I have already determined, that is half of e raised to the power sine 2x. Now let us apply the integration by parts into this question. So I am writing the first function as it is into integration of second function. Integration of second function we already have determined minus integration of differentiation of the first function. So differentiation of the first function is cos x into integration of second function. So it will be half e raised to the power sine 2x dx. Now it will be very easy for us to integrate this. Okay, and how it will be very easy for us to integrate this? Tell me students, how we can integrate this? So we will again in this particular expression, what I'll try to do, we'll again apply integration by parts, and again I'll be able to achieve the integration I. So in this way we will be able to solve this integration and get the final answer of this result. Guys, are you all able to understand how we have got the answer of these questions? Just say yes or no. Just say yes or no. Are you all able to understand how we are able to solve these questions? All right. Now if you are able to understand how we have solved this integration, now let us move to the next question. All right. So we are moving ahead to the next question. All right. So in the next question, let us consider a question of coordinate geometry in which an equation of ellipse is given to you, and that equation is, suppose it is being given to you as x square plus 9y square is equals to 9. So this is the equation given to you. Okay. Now intersect the positive x-axis. Suppose this is a ellipse. I am drawing the ellipse in front of you. So this ellipse first of all should be converted in the standard form. As soon as we convert this ellipse into standard form, so this will be the major axis and this will be the minor axis. Now they have told that this ellipse will intersect the positive x-axis at the point A and the positive y-axis at the point B respectively. So here the coordinate will be 3, 0 and here the coordinate will be 0, 1. Okay. Now what they are telling us, let the major axis be the diameter of the circle C. So I am assuming this major axis to be a diameter of a circle. So I am drawing a auxiliary circle. So can we get the equation of this auxiliary circle? Yes, x square plus y square is equals to r square. Radius will be 3 over here. This is the auxiliary circle of this ellipse. I hope you understand this. Let the line through AB intersect the circle C at the point P. So here what we are writing, we are drawing a line through AB and this AB intersect the circle C at the point P. So they are asking you at the point P, if the area of the triangle with the vertices A, P and origin, A, P and origin. So this area, if the area of this triangle A, P and origin is m upon n, then find m minus n. So they are asking you to get the area of triangle APO and they are writing it as m upon n, where m and n are co-prime, then get the value of m minus n. So basically this question is very easy now. How this question is very easy? You already have the A coordinate, you already have the origin O coordinate, now you need to find the P coordinate. And students, how will I be able to get the P coordinate? Because I know the equation of AB. Okay, so how to write the equation of AB? So since this line can be written in the intercept form, x upon x intercept plus y upon y intercept is equals to 1. So intercept form of a line we already know. So the equation of line is x upon 3 plus y is equals to 1. And I want to solve this line, with circle. So from here I can observe that if I want to get the value of x, it will be 1 minus y into 3. I'll substitute this value of x over here. I'll have the quadratic in y. I'll solve for y. So one y will be 0, other y will be this. I'll get the point P. So solve these two equations. Solve equations to find P. And once we have got the coordinate of the point P, it will be very easy for me to find the area of the triangle. Guys, do you know if you have all the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle, then area of the triangle can be written as, with the help of determinant half x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1 and x3 y3 1. So are you all able to understand how to actually find the area of the triangle? Because x1 y1 we already have, x2 y2 we already have, and x3 y3 we will be determined by solving these two equations. Is this clear to you? Say yes or no. Just say yes or no in the comment section. I'm waiting for your response, then only I'll be moving to the next solution. So I'll take more 15 minutes. Okay, just wait, like I'm waiting for the response in the comment section. Tell me, students. All right. So if you are not telling me, I'm moving to the next question. Sir, one still. अरे प्रणव बहुत लेट हो गए, चलो ठीक है. प्रणव बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन था, एक इलिप्स दिया हुआ है. ओके, आई एम अगेन टेलिंग इट टू यू. एक इलिप्स दिया हुआ है, इलिप्स की इक्वेशन से ये पॉइंट पता लग गया 3,0, ये पॉइंट पता लग गया 0,1 और साथ में ऑक्सिलरी सर्किल है. ये वाली जो लाइन है ए बी ऑक्सिलरी सर्किल को पी पे काट रही है. तो ये वाला जो एरिया है ट्राइंगल का, दिस ट्राइंगल, ये हमें निकालना था. तो एरिया ऑफ ट्राइंगल आराम से निकाल लेंगे. ये कोऑर्डिनेट हमें पता है, ये कोऑर्डिनेट हमें पता है, ये कोऑर्डिनेट हमें निकालना है. हाउ विल आई बी एबल टू फाइंड द पी कोऑर्डिनेट? बाय सॉल्विंग द लाइन विद द सर्किल. सर्किल की इक्वेशन भी है, लाइन की इक्वेशन भी है, दोनों को सॉल्व करेंगे, पी आ जाएगा. पी आ गया तो तीनों कोऑर्डिनेट्स पता है, एरिया आ जाएगा. आई होप you are able to understand how to actually solve this question. Now we are moving ahead to the next question. We have another question in front of us. Let f be a differentiable function. Let f be a differentiable function. Okay, such that there is a relationship given to us that x square fx minus x is equals to 4 times integration 0 to x is equals to 4 times integration 0 to x, and we have here t into f of t dt. T into f of t dt. Okay. Now it is also given us the value of f of 1 as 2/3. Now we need to get the value of fx. So how to find this question? Sir, binomial theorem question please. Yes, I'll discuss all the questions. Don't worry Surya, बताऊंगा सारे questions. Patience रखो बस, okay? अब देखो ये करना कैसे होगा. This is a question in which we need to apply the Leibniz method. Leibniz method. Do you know the Leibniz theorem? In this Leibniz theorem, we are actually differentiating the definite integral. So the concept is to differentiate the definite integral. So basically we have a relationship and we will be differentiating both sides. If I differentiate the left hand side, I have the product of two functions. I'll write x square as it is. Differentiation of fx will be f dash x. Then fx as it is. Differentiation of x square will be 2x. Differentiation of x will be minus 1. Here I have 4 times. Now differentiation of this integration. For differentiating this integration, I'll be applying the Leibniz rule. So here I will have x into f of x and differentiation of x will be 1. So differentiation of this integration will be x into f of x. I hope you are able to understand this. Now what we need to do, I am having here 2x fx, I am having here 4x fx. I'll take this 2x fx to the right hand side. I left with x square f dash x. It will be equals to 2x fx and then it is plus 1. So if I write the value of f dash x, it will be 2 upon x into fx and then it is plus 1 upon x square. So basically I divided the complete equation by x square. So this is a linear differential equation that is formed. Can you observe this is a linear differential equation? And let me tell you how it is a linear differential equation. Because if I assume y is equals to fx, then dy by dx will be equals to f dash x. So basically this is a form dy by dx is equals to 2 upon x times y and plus 1 by x square. So basically we have got the relationship dy by dx plus py is equals to q. Is that clear to you? So the first thing is, first of all, I'll be finding the integrating factor. Integrating factor will be e raised to the power integration p dx. So it will be e raised to the power integration of minus 2 by x dx. So integration of minus 2 by x will be minus 2 log x. And here we will have the result as x raised to the power minus 2, which will be written as 1 upon x square. So integrating factor will be 1 upon x square. Once we have the integrating factor, then it will be very easy for me to write the solution of this differential equation. That is y into integrating factor is equals to q into integration of q into integrating factor plus c. Now this is given us to get the particular solution. So instead of plus c, you will be finding the value of c using this result f of 1 is equals to 2 by 3, and then you will be able to solve this question. Are you all able to understand how I have completed the solution of this question? Just put the comment in the comment section, yes or no. If you are able to understand, then only we will move ahead, else we will not move ahead. Tell me yes or no if you are able to understand. Thank you so much. All right. So we are coming up with more questions. Let me take another question now. So I am taking one question from the topic 3D geometry. Let two vertices of the triangle ABC are this and this. So here we have A vertex as 2, 4, 6 and the B vertex as 0, and then we have, I don't know, it can be 0 minus 2 it is, or what, 0 minus 1 or minus 2 or minus 5. Okay, let us assume this. Okay, but I want to give you the concept, that's it. Question values can be different because these are the memory based questions. Okay, and I'm not able to understand the writing also, the image that I have got from my team. Now the centroid of this triangle, centroid is, let us assume G. So I do not have the C coordinate, but I have the centroid of this triangle as 2, 1, minus 1. 2, 1, minus 1. All right. So if the image of the third with respect to the plane, so there is a point C and there is a plane given to me. The equation of the plane is also given in the question, x plus 2y plus 4z is equals to 11. So this is the equation of the plane given to you, and they are talking about the image of the third point as alpha, beta, gamma. Now once we have the image of the point C, then they are asking us to get the value of alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. So this is a question which has been asked in this particular session. Now this is very easy now. We have the A coordinate with us, we have the B coordinate, we have the centroid with us. Is it possible for us to get the C coordinate directly? Yes. So in this particular case, suppose G is the centroid and G is having a coordinate 2, 1 and minus 1. So x coordinate of, suppose that there is a A point, there is a B point and there is a C point in this triangle. Let us assume this coordinate C to be having the coordinate xyz. So first of all, I want to get the value of xyz. How will I be able to get that? So I'll write here, I'll only consider the sum of all the x coordinate, x plus 2 plus 0, and this is divided by 3, and this is equated to the x coordinate of the centroid, that is 2. So here I will have the value of x as 4. In the same way, I will be writing y plus 4 minus 2 over 3. This is equals to the y coordinate of the centroid. So 4 minus 2 will be 2, it will be 3 minus 2, that will, it will be equals to 1. So C x coordinate is 4, C y coordinate is 1. Now I need to get the C z coordinate. So how will I be able to get the C z coordinate? I'll again use the centroid formula, z plus 6 minus 5. So here we have z plus 6 minus 5 over 3, and z coordinate of the centroid is minus 1. So z plus 1, it will be negative 3, and the value of z here will be negative 3, negative 1, that is minus 4. So I got the value of z as minus 4. So here I am writing minus 4. Once we have the coordinate of the point C, that is the third vertex of the triangle, then it will be very easy for us to take the image with respect to the plane. And once we have the image, that will be alpha, beta, gamma. Do you know guys, there is a shortcut to determine the image, and that shortcut is alpha minus 4, I am writing the formula for it. Alpha minus 4 upon A is the coefficient of x. Then beta minus 1 upon B is the coefficient of y in the equation of plane. Gamma minus of minus 4, it will become plus 4 upon C is the coefficient of z. This is equals to negative 2 times. Let us put this coordinate in the equation of plane. It will be 4 plus 2 minus 16, 4 plus 2 minus 16, and then it is minus 11, and this is whole divided by a square plus b square plus c square. This is 1 square plus 2 square plus 4 square. 1 square plus 2 square plus 4 square. That is the sum of the squares of the coefficients. Now you will be solving this to get the value of, you compare the first ratio with the last one, second ratio with the last one, third ratio with the last one. You will get the value of alpha comma beta comma gamma. Once you have this value, then it will be very easy for you to get this sum. I hope you are able to understand how I have obtained the value of alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. The calculation part you need to do, concept I have given you how to actually apply the concept to get to the answer. So is this clear to everyone in the class that how to attend the question further? Now I'll be moving to the next question. Just say yes or no. Just say yes or no. Otherwise we'll be moving to the next question then. Alright, thank you. So we are here for the next question now. In this sheet I already have done all the questions. Now we are moving ahead. I am taking another question from the matrix. There is a matrix of the order 3 cross 3. The determinant value of this matrix is given to you as 2. Moreover, they are seeking from us the value of 3 times adjoint. 3 times adjoint. Inside the adjoint, it is determinant of 3a and it is multiplied by a square. It is multiplied by a square and we need to find the determinant value of it. So determinant value of 3 times adjoint, inside the adjoint it is determinant of 3a into a square. So this is the value that we need to determine. And how will I be able to solve this question basically? So solving this question, very first is, if A is 3 cross 3, then its adjoint will definitely be 3 cross 3, okay? And if 3 is multiplied by this adjoint, if I take this 3 outside of this determinant, it will be coming from first row, second row and third row individually. That means it will be 3 cube. So I am writing 3 cube times adjoint, then it is determinant of 3a and here we have a square. I hope this is also clear to you. Now do you know guys, if I want to get the value of adjoint of a, determinant of adjoint a, it will be equals to determinant of inside raised to the power n minus 1. So n is the order and it will be 2. So here we can write 3a into a square. We need to take the determinant of it and raised to the power n minus 1, that is square. Here we already have 3 cube with us. Now what we need to do? So first of all I want to take this 3 outside of this determinant. This 3 I am taking outside. So A is a 3 cross 3 matrix and if I am taking this 3 outside of this determinant, it will come 3 cube. And this 3 cube will be multiplied with whole square. So that will be 3 cube with a square, that is 3 raised to the power 6. So 3 cube, then it will be 3 raised to the power 6. That needs to be taken outside. Okay, but I am not taking outside. I am writing here 3 cube times. Here we have determinant A and here we have a square and here it is determinant a whole square. I hope you are able to understand this. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? All right. Now what we need to do, we just need to think about that here we already have this particular constant multiplied to a square, and a square is what? A square is a matrix of the order 3 cross 3. So if this is a matrix of the order 3 cross 3, so this particular constant, let us assume this constant to be k. Let us assume to be constant to be k. So this k to be taken outside of this k square and outside of this determinant. Okay, so how will I be able to take? So k cube will be coming outside. Okay, so here we have 3 cube, then it is k cube, followed by it there is a square, and this is determinant of a square square, so it will be a raised to the power 4. So we just need to put the value of k over here. We just need to put the value of determinant a over here, and then we will be able to get the answer. So what is k? K is actually equals to k cube 3 cube into determinant a, and determinant a is 2. So put the value of k over here, take the power 3, take the power 2, put the value of determinant a, and we will be able to get the final answer. So the final answer will be 3 raised to the power 11 into 6 raised to the power 10. So this will give you the final answer. Is this clear to everyone? Are you all able to understand how I have completed the solution? Just say yes or no. Just say yes or no. I'll require another 15 minutes. Okay, so moving ahead to the next question. I hope you understood the concept that is being used here for attempting this question. Now let us move to the, okay, so important topics in chemistry, sir would be coming, a chemistry teacher would be coming and they would be telling you. Right now I'm discussing the illustration of the mathematics portion. Okay, now we are moving to the another question. So they are telling us that the coefficient of x raised to the power 7 in x raised to the power 7 in ax minus 1 upon bx square, ax minus 1 upon bx square raised to the power 13, and the coefficient of x raised to the power 5 are equal. So they are telling us whether it is x raised to the power 5 or it is x raised to the power minus 5. I think it is minus 5. All right. So x raised to the power minus 5 in ax plus 1 upon bx square raised to the power 13. Okay. So here the coefficient of x raised to the power 7 in this expansion and the coefficient of x raised to the power minus 5 in this expansion, both are given to you as equal, and we just need to, what we need to find here, okay, then a raised to the power n into b raised to the power n, they are asking us. N is also not given here. Okay, question can be different. So a raised to the power n and b raised to the power n. N is not defined, n should be there in the question. There is some problem in this. Okay. So what we need to do? So very first is, if I want to get the exact term which is having the coefficient of x raised to the power 7. So the formula is r is equals to np minus m upon p plus q. So how to use this formula to direct get the coefficient of x raised to the power 7? So n here is the power 1. Okay, so it will be multiplied with, here it is 1. So this is p is 1, n is 13. So 13 into 1 minus m. M is this that is being required in the question. Whole divided by p plus q. P plus q is power on x here and power on x here. That is 1 plus 2. So 13 minus 7 will be 3. Or 13 minus 7 will be 6. 6 upon 3, that is 2. So that means r is equals to 2. If you take r is equals to 2, that means t2 plus 1, it will be 13c2. Then here we will have ax raised to the power 13 minus 2, and here we will have minus 1 upon bx square raised to the power 2. I'll definitely get x raised to the power 7. I'll definitely get x raised to the power 7. Okay, so this coefficient needs to be equated with this coefficient. How to get the value of r when x raised to the power minus 5 is to be obtained? So we'll again use this formula, and in this particular r will be np. So here we have p as 1, so it will be 13 into 1 minus m. M is minus 5, so it will make plus 5, and this is whole divided by p plus q, that is 3. 13 plus 5, it will become 18. 18 over 3, it will be 6. So in this particular case, 7th term, that is t6 plus 1, will give me the coefficient of x raised to the power minus 5. And what will be the 7th term? It will be 13c6. The first will be raised to the power 13 minus 6, that is 7. And the second, 1 upon b, will be raised to the power 6. In this way, I will be able to get x raised to the power minus 5. Are you able to understand how I have got the coefficients? Once I have got the coefficients, I'll be equating these two coefficients. And after equating these two coefficients, I'll be able to get the product AB. Okay, I don't know if they have asked the product AB or product AB square or the product AB cube. So it depends on the question. Okay, so sir, I think n is equals to 13. Okay, Surya. So Surya is saying that they have asked us to get the value of AB raised to the power 13. So yes, it will be very easy for me to actually equate this coefficient with this coefficient, and as soon as I equate this, I will be able to get the product AB. Once we have the product AB, then it will be very easy for me to take the power 13, power 2, power 3, whatever is being given in the question, then easily we can get that power. Okay, I hope you are able to understand what concept do we need to apply for attempting this question. Okay, a raised to the power 4, all right. So the question is to get a raised to the power 4 and b raised to the power 4. Yes. And yes, definitely Rudra, your answer is perfect, that the answer will be 22 in this case. But the question that we have received from the students is comparatively similar to that we have discussed right now. All right. Now moving ahead to the next question. Let the slope of the tangent at any point x comma y on the curve. So there is a curve given to you, y is equals to y of fx, and they are telling you that the slope of the tangent at any point, b x square plus y square whole divided by 2xy. Here x is positive. Okay. So x square plus y square whole divided by 2xy, here x is positive. So this is the slope of the tangent at any point, this is given to you. And moreover, y of 2 is equals to 0. This is also mentioned in the question. Then the value of y of 8 they are asking you. So y of 8 they are asking you, y of 2 is already given in the question. So how to actually attempt this problem? So basically the concept that you need to apply is, slope of tangent is dy by dx. Now you will be writing the value of dy by dx as x square plus y square whole divided by 2xy. So this is a homogeneous differential equation. Are you able to understand why this is homogeneous differential equation? Yes, because it has a power of y by x. It has a degree of y by x. Okay, so what we need to do, I am giving you a shortcut to solve it. I'll divide by x square. It will be converted into this form. Okay, and then let us assume y upon x as t. Okay, so the formula directly can be written as dt upon f of t minus t is equals to dx over x. That's it. Okay, and what is f of t? This is the function of y upon x. Replace y upon x as t. So here we can write dt over, this is the shortcut of solving the homogeneous differential equation. Okay, so it is 1 plus t square upon 2t, 1 plus t square over 2t minus t, and here we have dx upon x, that is log x. So finally we will be integrating left hand side. That will bring us a result of linear upon quadratic form. It is very easy for us to integrate this. As soon as we integrate this, then I will substitute the value of t as y upon x. I'll be able to get the function in y and x variable, followed by plus c also we have. So we'll use this equation. I'll put the value of x as 2, y as 0, and I'll be able to get the value of c. So first of all, I'll be finding the value of c using this expression, and then I will put the value of x as 8. I'll put the value of x as 8, and then I will be giving the value of y. So this value of y they are asking when x is equals to 8. I hope you will be able to do this question. Is this clear to you? Just say yes or no. Was this a simple question? Was this question a simple question? Just say yes or no. All right. Very good. Very good. Moving ahead to the next problem. Okay. So here we have another question from the topic matrix. 3 system of linear equations are given to you. System of linear equations are given to you in the question. First equation is 2x minus y plus 3z is equals to 5. Second equation is 3x plus 2y minus z is equals to 7. And the third equation is 4x plus 5y plus z plus alpha z, sorry, it is not z, it is alpha z. So plus alpha z is equals to beta. So these are the three equations given to you and there are four options. Okay. Now among the four options there is a one option which is correct. We need to check all the four options. So options are in the form that the system is inconsistent. System is inconsistent. The very first option I am talking about, when alpha is -5 and beta is 8. So they are talking about that the system is inconsistent when alpha is -5 and beta is 8. So in every part they will give you the value of alpha, beta, and moreover they will share you the result also. The system is having a unique solution if alpha is this, beta is this. The system is having a no solution if alpha is this and beta is this. The system is having infinitely many solutions if alpha is this and beta is this. So they will share in all the parts, they will share the data in this form, and you need to put these values of alpha and beta and check it. What pattern or what is the type of the system of equation is given here. So the best method is to go to actually first of all find the value of determinant A, because determinant A will definitely decide the value whether it will have a unique solution or it will have no solution or infinitely many solution. Because you know that if determinant A is non-zero, then definitely we will have unique solution. Okay, so determinant A is the determinant which is formed by the coefficients 2, -1 and 3, then 3, 2, -1, and then we have 4, 5 alpha. So we just need to equate this to 0, we'll be able to get the value of alpha. So suppose from here we got the value of alpha, let us try to do this. 2 times it is 2 alpha minus of -5 plus 5, then -1 times it is 3 alpha minus of -4 plus 4, and then it is plus 3 times, so it will be 15 minus 8 which is 7. Alright, so it is 4 alpha plus 10, then -3 alpha minus 4 and plus 21 non equals to 0. So 4 alpha minus 3 alpha it will be alpha, 10 minus 4 it will be 6, 6 and 21 it will be 27. Alright, there can be a difference in the values in the question because the student has given this question, so definitely no one has been able to remember all the points here. Okay, but the glimpse of the question is correct. This type of the question was given in the question paper. Okay, ये exact value तो कोई भी याद नहीं रख पाएगा, even a teacher cannot remember it. So what we need to do, यहाँ पे हमारे पास अल्फा आ गया. अब अल्फा अगर -5, अगर अल्फा 27 -27 के अलावा है ना, तो यूनिक सोल्यूशन की कैटेगरी में फॉल करेगा. तो आपको सारे ऑप्शंस चेक करने होंगे. उनमें अगर मानो -27 दे रखा है अल्फा, तो फिर आपको इन्फिनाइटली और फिर नो सोल्यूशन में चेक करना होगा कौन सा है. और अगर मान लो अल्फा आपको -27 के अलावा दिया हुआ है, तो डेफिनेटली फिर वो यूनिक सोल्यूशन होगा. आई होप यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. सो 1 टाइम्स 3 अल्फा प्लस 4. हाँ, ये 1 टाइम्स होगा. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर करेक्टिंग मी. सो इट विल बिकम 7 अल्फा and here it is 14, 14 and 21, that will be equals to 35. Yes, very good. Thank you so much students for correcting my calculation. All right, so alpha will not be equals to -5 for unique solution. ये unique solution के लिए मैंने बताया. Okay, अब सही है क्या? अब सही है. Thank you so much for putting the comments. So alpha is not equals to -5 for the unique solution. ठीक है, अगर मान लो अल्फा -5 दिया हुआ है ना, अगर अल्फा -5 दिया हुआ है तो पक्का से या तो नो सोल्यूशन होगा या इन्फिनाइटली मेनी सोल्यूशन होगा. दैट विल डिपेंड ऑन द वैल्यू ऑफ बीटा आल्सो. ओके, अब ठीक है, सभी को समझ में आ गया हाउ टू अटेम्प्ट दिस क्वेश्चन? क्लियर हो गया सभी को? जस्ट बोलो, यस बोलो, नो बोलो, पुट सम कमेंट्स इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. थैंक यू सो मच. ऑल राइट, सो इफ यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट दैट इज बीइंग यूज्ड हियर, then we are moving ahead for the next question. So can we start with the next question? Just say yes or no. Thank you. All right, we are moving to the another question. इन्होंने बोला है there is a square tin plate. एक square tin plate है 30 by 30 की, और इस square tin plate को है ना हमें एक open box में convert करना है. ठीक है, open box में कैसे convert करना है? इसके corners को cut करके, इसके corners को cut करके. So, अब ये जो ओपन बॉक्स हमारे पास बन के आएगा, यू कैन ऑब्जर्व हेयर, दिस इज द ओपन बॉक्स दैट इज बीइंग क्रिएटेड ओवर हेयर. ये इस तरीके का बॉक्स बन के आएगा. इमेजिन कर पा रहे हो ना आप? दिस टाइप ऑफ बॉक्स विल बी फॉर्म्ड. इसको अगर मैं इनको सबको है ना फ्लैप्स को खड़ा कर दूंगा तो ये बॉक्स बन जाएगा. ऑल राइट, दिस बॉक्स विल हैव द बेस 30 minus 2x. If I am assuming this portion to be x, cuttings to be x, the breadth also of this box is 30 minus 2x and the height of this box is x. Now the question is what? मैं आपको पूरा क्वेश्चन पढ़ के बताता हूं. A square piece of tin of the side 30 is to be made into a box without the top by cutting the square from each corner and folding up the flaps to form a box. If the volume of the box is maximum, so we need to maximize this. It will be length into breadth into height. So we need to maximize this volume function. Then the surface area is equals to what? इन्होंने surface area पूछा है हमसे. So how to actually attempt this question? So for maximizing it, we will be differentiating it. Here we have the product of two functions. I am writing the first function as it is, then differentiation of the second function, plus second function as it is, and then the differentiation of the first function. So पहले तो power का differentiation होगा, फिर अंदर वाले function का differentiation होगा. So here we can take this 30 minus 2x common, and inside the parenthesis we'll left with 30 minus 2x. Then here we will be writing it as minus 4x. So ultimately v dash की वैल्यू ये आई है, इसको आप इक्वल टू 0 करोगे. एक तो x की वैल्यू 15 आ जाएगी जो कि रिजेक्ट है. साफ साफ देख के ही पता लग रहा है कि x 15 हुआ ना, तो 15 यहां से कटेगा और 15 यहां से कटेगा, डब्बा बचेगा ही नहीं. There will be no box formed if I take the value of x as 15, so that is why directly I can reject. Second value is 30 is equals to 6x and x will be equals to 5. अब इस x is equals to 5 पे आप डबल डेरिवेटिव चेक कर लेना, वो नेगेटिव ही आने वाला है, नेगेटिव ही आने वाला है at x is equals to 5. So मैक्सिमा एग्जिस्ट. तो मैक्सिमा तो हमने प्रूव कर दिया, और अगर आपको मैक्सिमा का पता लग गया है, दैट मीन्स यू गॉट द वैल्यू ऑफ x as 5. So you will be able to find these dimensions also. So this dimension will be 20, this dimension will also be 20, and this height will be 5. So if I want to get the surface area, अब surface area देखो क्या होगा इसका, आपको टॉप नहीं लेना, ठीक है, टोटल सरफेस एरिया कंसीडर करना है. तो एक तो आपको लेटरल सरफेस एरिया लेना है 2h इंटू एल प्लस बी, और एक आपको एरिया ऑफ बेस लेना है. सो ट्वाइस ऑफ हाइट, हाइट इज 10, लेंथ प्लस ब्रेड्थ इज 40, और हाइट और एक एल बी आपको कंसीडर करना है, दैट इज 20 इंटू 20 400. सो दिस विल बी द फाइनल आंसर. आर यू ऑल एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ टू गेट द सरफेस एरिया ऑफ दिस ओपन बॉक्स? मतलब लेटरल सरफेस एरिया लेना है और बेस का एरिया लेना है, सीलिंग का एरिया नहीं लेना, बिकॉज सीलिंग इज नॉट प्रेजेंट, द टॉप ऑफ द बॉक्स इज नॉट प्रेजेंट. I hope you are able to understand this. Just say yes or no in the comment section. Hurry up. Put down the response in the comment section. Thank you. All right. If you are able to understand this, I am discussing one more questions from the topic vector. इन्होंने बोला O be the origin, position vector of the point P. एक O तो origin बोल दिया इन्होंने, एक पॉइंट P बोल दिया, उसका पोजीशन वेक्टर है -i minus 2j plus 3k, -i minus 2j plus 3k. Then if the position vector of the point ABC, अब ABC भी बोला गया है, so A का position vector is -2i plus 1 plus 3k plus 1 plus 3k. B का position vector is 2i 4j minus 2k, 2i 4j minus 2k, and C का position vector is given to you as -4, 2 and -1. So these are the position vectors given to you of the point A, B and C. Then projection of the vector OP on the vector perpendicular to. So projection of OP vector, okay, this is a question, on vector perpendicular to, on the vector perpendicular to AB and AC. So AB vector and AC vector. So this is a question basically. So projection of the vector OP on the vector which is perpendicular to AB and AC. So this is a question. So very first is to first of all determine the AB vector. AB vector will be determined as 4i cap, then it will be 3j cap, and then it will be -5k cap. In the same way determine the AC vector. AC vector will be determined as -2i cap, then it will be equals to 1j cap, and then it will be equals to -4k cap. Now I want a vector which is perpendicular to AB and AC. So I'll make the cross product of it. So AB cross AC will give me a vector which is perpendicular to AB cross AB and AC. So it will be 4, 3, minus 5, and it will be minus 2, 1, and minus 4. Once I have got the vector which is perpendicular to AB and AC, then OP vector is already been defined. So I suppose, let us assume this vector to be, D vector. Okay, suppose this is a D vector. So here what we need to do, we just need to find the projection of OP on D vector. So projection of OP on D vector is, we will be writing OP dot D upon magnitude of D. That's it. So this will be the final answer. Just amount of calculation, formula based question, nothing new. I hope you will be able to attempt this question now. Just say yes or no, put the answer in the comment section, put yes or no in the comment section. Are you able to understand it or not? Just say yes or no. Okay. So as many questions I have received, many of the questions I already had discussed with you. There was one question of permutation and combination also. Sir, I'll take 5 minutes more, okay? Just 5 minutes, last 5 minutes, because I want that you should complete this session after this, okay? So I have another question from permutation and combination. In a doubles badminton tournament, see, permutation and combination बढ़िया question आया इस बार. N couples play the game. Okay. N couples play the game. And the condition is no couple plays a game together. No couple plays game together. मतलब डबल्स में है ना, जैसे अगर मान लो हस्बैंड ले लिया ना, तो फिर जो वाइफ है उनकी उस गेम में होनी ही नहीं चाहिए. नो कपल्स प्ले द गेम टुगेदर. Thank you for the answer that you are putting, बच्चे. निखिल, thank you. All right. If the total number of games is 840, they are asking you to get the value of n. n की वैल्यू बतानी है और द नंबर ऑफ पीपल. अब डबल्स में पता क्या होता है, व्हाट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट व्हेन द डबल्स बैडमिंटन इज बीइंग प्लेड. तो डबल्स में ये होता है कि है ना, जैसे मान लो मेल और फीमेल का चल रहा है डबल्स, ठीक है, तो ऐसा भी हो सकता है डबल्स के केस में. देखो, अगर आप देखोगे कि इस तरफ मेल और फीमेल है, उस तरफ भी ओपोनेंट में भी मेल और फीमेल है, लेकिन अगर मेल हमने लिया तो उसकी वाइफ ने लेनी है और फीमेल लिया तो उसकी हमने क्या कहते हैं, उसका हस्बैंड नहीं लेना. जस्ट हमें ये ध्यान रखना है इसमें. अब क्योंकि यहाँ पे n कपल्स हैं तो इसका मतलब n तो मेंस होंगे और n विमेन्स होंगी. ठीक है. अब आपको डबल्स वाला गेम खिलाना है, तो 2 तो विमेन चाहिए और 2 मेन चाहिए, तभी डबल्स बैडमिंटन गेम पॉसिबल है. तो हमने क्या करा, NC2 से आई हैव सेलेक्टेड मैन. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सिलेक्शन ऑफ 2 मैन. ओके. अगर 2 मैन सेलेक्ट कर लिया तो इनकी वाइफ नहीं आनी चाहिए, मतलब इनकी वाइफ के अलावा कोई भी 2 फीमेल्स चलेंगी, लेकिन इनकी वाइफ नहीं होनी चाहिए. सो दैट मीन्स नंबर ऑफ वेज टू सेलेक्ट द फीमेल्स विल बी फ्रॉम n-2. बिकॉज देखो n विमेन्स थी, इनकी दोनों वाइफ को हटा दो, क्योंकि 2 आपने मैन ले लिया, उनकी वाइफ को हटा दो, तो n-2 C2. और जब आपने ये कर लिया ना सिलेक्शन, जब 2 मेल और 2 फीमेल्स आ गए हैं, सोचो M1 M2 आ गए हैं और W1 W2 आ गए हैं, तब कैसे गेम हो सकता है. M1 W1 का पेयर बन सकता है पहला, और M1 W2 का भी पेयर बन सकता है दूसरा. तो 2 तरीके से फिर गेम्स हो सकते हैं. समझ गए ना आप. M1 W1 का पहला ग्रुप और M2 W2 का दूसरा ग्रुप, तो ये दोनों आपस में डबल्स बैडमिंटन गेम खेल लेंगे. दूसरा M1 W2 का गेम पेयर बन सकता है और M2 W1 का फिर ये दोनों आपस में खेल लेंगे. सो देयर आर 2 वेज of writing this, and I am writing it as 840. Is this clear to you? Just say yes or no in the comment section. So NC2 will be written as n into n-1/2. This can be written as n-2, n-3 whole divided by 2. This 2 I am taking to the right hand side. 840/2, it will be 420. Now these 2 which are in the denominator I am taking there, they will be part of 4. So n, then n-1, then n-2. These are the consecutive 4 numbers. बहुत आसान होता है इन इक्वेशन को सॉल्व करना. ऐसा मत करना आप इसको मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, बाय क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन बना दो, नहीं, दीज आर द कंजिक्यूटिव इंटीजर्स, प्रोडक्ट ऑफ कंजिक्यूटिव इंटीजर्स। और राइट में है ना 420 इंटू 4 हो रहा है। नाउ दिस 420 इंटू 4 को हमें ब्रेक करना है, कैसे ब्रेक करें? क्या इसको 7 इंटू 6 इंटू 10 लिख सकते हैं? 420 को 7 इंटू 6 इंटू 10, क्या हम इसको 7 इंटू 6 इंटू 10 ऐसा लिख सकते हैं? 10 को 5 इंटू 2 लिख दिया, ठीक है। और ये वाला जो 2 है ना वो इस 4 के साथ यूज में ले लूंगा। सो 4 इंटू 2 विल बिकम 8 और फिर 7 इंटू 6 इंटू 5 आ गया। आपको लग रहा है मैंने कंजिक्यूटिव इंटीजर्स के प्रोडक्ट में ब्रेक कर दिया? आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड? जस्ट कंपेयर द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड विद द राइट हैंड साइड, यू विल ऑब्जर्व दैट द वैल्यू ऑफ n एज 8। तो अगर वो टोटल पीपल पूछता है इन द गेम तो दैट विल बी 16, क्योंकि n तो कपल्स है, n वर द कपल्स, so total couples are 8 but the total people will be 16, that is multiplied by 2. Is that clear to you? Are you all able to understand how I have completed the solution? Just say yes or no in the comment section. Just say yes or no. जल्दी से बता दो, जल्दी से बता दो, जल्दी से। One last question, ठीक है, thank you so much. One last question I am discussing it with you. इन्होंने बोला find the sum of the terms which are not divisible by 3. एक AP है, so this AP is 3, 8, 13, 3, 8, 13 and up till 373. Okay, so this AP is having the difference of 5, difference 5 का है। ये कह रहा है find sum of terms which are not divisible by 3. So generally ये वाले क्वेश्चन है ना, not divisible by 3 है ना, कोई सीक्वेंस नहीं बनेगी। डिविजिबल बाय 3 की सीक्वेंस बनती है, नॉट डिविजिबल बाय 3 की सीक्वेंस नहीं बनेगी। सो जनरली दीज टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस विल बी सॉल्व्ड विद अ कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री मेथड। तो आपको उल्टा करना होगा। सो ये वाला जो सम है ना, लेट अस अज्यूम दिस सम टू बी s एंड दिस सम यू ऑलरेडी कैन डिटरमाइन। एंड सम q लेना, और q में है ना एक AP बन रही होगी जिसमें वो वाली टर्म्स रखना विच आर डिविजिबल बाय 3। एक ऐसी AP बनाना विच आर डिविजिबल बाय 3। और इस AP के टर्म्स में देखो आप, डिफरेंस 5 5 का चल रहा है। 3, 8, 13, 13 में 5 ऐड करो, क्या आ जाएगा? 18, 18 में 5 ऐड करो, क्या मिलेगा आपको? जल्दी से बोलो, जस्ट से आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर रिस्पॉन्स, हरी अप। नेक्स्ट टर्म क्या होगी? जल्दी से बताओ। ओके, जल्दी से बताओ, जल्दी से बताओ, नेक्स्ट टर्म क्या होगी? सो 3 + 5 8, 8 + 5 13, 13 + 5 18, 18 + 5 23। वेरी नाइस, चलो ठीक है। आई होप यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड। तो यहां पे जो AP बन रही है ना वो 3, 18, यहां पे डिफरेंस क्या चल रहा है इस AP का? लास्ट टर्म दैट इज डिविजिबल बाय 3, दैट विल बी 372, 372, ये डिविजिबल बाय 3। अच्छा, 372 इस पार्ट ऑफ AP है क्या? नहीं है। अच्छा, इस पार्ट ऑफ AP में 5 कम कर देते हैं तो यहां पे आ जाएगा 368। क्या 368 इस AP का पार्ट है क्या? 368 क्या डिफरेंस ऑफ 3 में आ रहा है? ये नहीं आ रहा। 368 में फिर 5 कम कर दो, 363, यस। तो 363 तक जा रहा है ये सीक्वेंस। ओके, 363 तक, ऑल राइट, 363 तक। इज दिस क्लियर टू यू? ऑल राइट। तो यहां पे हमें जो डिफरेंस दिख रहा है ना, दैट इज अ डिफरेंस ऑफ 15। तो अब आपके लिए बहुत आसान है, आप इसका सम निकाल लेंगे, ऐसा आ जाएगा। आप इसका सम निकाल लेंगे, Q आ जाएगा। सो द फाइनल आंसर विल बी S minus Q. Will you be able to solve this question by yourself? बस sum of AP लगाना है, that's it. इस AP में डिफरेंस 15, इस AP में डिफरेंस 5, नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स निकाल लेना, n टर्म आपको पता ही है दोनों का। सो n/2 2a plus n minus 1 into d, या n/2 फर्स्ट टर्म प्लस लास्ट टर्म। सो दीज आर द all questions that have came from the mathematics portion. So round about we have discussed 15 to 20 questions with you in one go, and now I would ask physics sir to continue this session. और मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि आज का सेशन सही रहा, मतलब मैथमेटिक्स पोर्शन सही आया। सर, यू कैन ऑल्सो ज्वाइन विद अस। एंड सर आपको क्या लग रहा है, मतलब फिजिक्स फॉर्मूला बेस्ड था पहले जैसा ही था या कुछ चेंजेस है?
फिजिक्स फॉर्मूला बेस्ड आ रहा है, फिजिक्स पेपर तीनों शिफ्ट्स में बहुत इजी आ रहा है, और एक पैटर्न है फिजिक्स में जो मैंने पहले भी द वंस दैट आई डिड उसमें बताया कि 6 अप्रैल शिफ्ट 1 में जो क्वेश्चन आया था एकदम सिमिलर, बस एक वैल्यू बदल के इस शिफ्ट में वो 2 क्वेश्चंस आए हैं।
दैट्स वंडरफुल सर। इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि हम जो ये सेशंस ले रहे हैं, दैट दीस सेशंस आर रियली इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स हु वुड बी गिविंग द जेईई मेंस
यस
इन द अपकमिंग अटेम्प्ट्स,
क्योंकि ये सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स ना एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू नहीं रिपीट होंगे बट द कॉन्सेप्ट्स वुड बी रिपीटेड। तो अगर तुम्हारा बाद वाला डेज है तो यू आर अ बिट इन लक, ये सारे फॉलो करते रहो और इससे तुम्हें बहुत वैल्यू मिलेगा।
So, as sir told us that there are 2 or 3 questions that are matching up with the previous attempts, and today also I can see a binomial theorem question was similar to the question that was given in the previous shifts. So my suggestion is the people or the students who are having the JEE Mains examination on 11th of April, 13th of April, 15th of April, they are little bit lucky to have these question paper solution, so that because before going to the paper you are sure that 2 or 3 questions will definitely match up with the given papers. Okay, so sir, what percentile do we get if we get 220 marks in today's exam? I think more than 99 will be the score that you will be obtaining. What I should do, my exam is on 13. Yes, these questions are enough. Practice the previous shift's question, that is really important, Sateja, and then you will be able to score well in your upcoming session. Moreover, have a fast revision of all the formulas and the concept that you have read throughout the year. So thank you so much, students. I'm leaving this session and the physics sir will be continuing with the session. He'll be discussing few questions of the physics and then we'll be ending up this session. Okay, thank you so much. All the best everyone. Bye.
Thank you, sir. So physics, we've got a few more questions of physics, so I'll discuss all those questions that we have received, and again most are formula based direct questions which are actually, like, if it was 2-3 years back it would have been way too simple for JEE, but surprisingly physics and chemistry in recent times in JEE have been really simple. I don't know, Saiteja says, I don't know wave optics, can see that chapter. So if you're asking whether we have a question in wave optics, so far I have not got any question in wave optics. So we have received most of the questions, but we have so far not seen any wave optics question. There might be one, interference is the more common one, interference or polarization. I think as questions are still coming in, as and when they come, maybe we'll find some wave optics there. So rest of you who have given the exam, if the wave optics did come, let me know in the chat box. So we'll start off with it. First question says that in an LCR circuit, P max is at resonance. So this is a statement type. The statement 1 is that in LCR circuit, your P max is at resonance. P max, that is the maximum power dissipated, is at resonance. And the second statement says that for a pure resistor, the statements might be a bit incorrect. Let me know if you know the exact ones, then you can let me know. It says that for a pure resistor, that is a purely resistive circuit, no L, no C, then delta phi would be equal to 0. The phase difference would be the 0 between voltage and current, and P is equal to P max. Okay, so these are the two statements. Once tell the formulas of AC and EMI. So there are quite a bit of formulas in AC and EMI. It's a bit difficult to tell them all here, but some of the important relations for AC and EMI. Before that, I'll go into that. First, both statements are correct, because in LCR circuit, P max happens at resonance, because over there your phi goes to 0. At resonance, that phase difference between voltage and current goes to 0. So your power, which is Vrms into Irms into cos phi, that power factor becomes equal to 1. You get maximum power. Same thing happens even for the resistor, where if it's a purely resistive circuit, there is no phase difference between voltage and current. Delta phi is 0 and behaves similar to the case with resonance, where the power dissipated is the maximum power. Okay, everyone is asking for the formulas of AC, EMI and Young's double slit experiment. Okay, so the formulas we'll get to maybe towards the end, or maybe I'll put out a separate video on this. When are your exams, by the way, Pranav and Surya? I'll put out a separate video if need be, but towards the end of the session, I'll give you a quick, these two key, remind me towards the end of the session once we have finished this, and we'll quickly do a quick revision of some important formulas in AC, EMI and Young's double slit. Oh, so Surya's is on 13. So Surya, keep following even while discussing the questions itself. We will be discussing the formulas. Okay. So we have another statement. We have another multiple statement question. So the statement 1 says that in a water reservoir, pressure, in a water reservoir, whatever, those things are not important. Pressure at any 2 points, pressure at any 2 points is same, on the same level, on same level are equal, on same level are equal. This is statement 1, and the statement 2 is, give your answers in the chat section. In statement 2 you have the force applied on a certain region, on a certain area of water, on a certain area of water, force applied on a certain area of water distributes over the entire region. That force is distributing over the, distributes over entire region, over the entire region. Okay, let me know which one is correct and which one is incorrect, or if both are correct, both are incorrect. Okay, so okay, so Pascal's law, Nikhil says S1 is true and S2 is also true, both are true. So this is true, pressure at any 2 points on the same level are equal. That is true. That in itself is your very fundamental principle of, or the basic principle of Pascal's law as well, where you know the formula of H rho G, only the depth matters, only the level of the depth matters from the actual water level. So this is an correct statement, but over here this is an incorrect statement, because force is not distributed over the entire region, the pressure is distributed over the entire region. Okay, Nikhil and Sai Teja, this is the force is not distributed, the pressure is distributed. So S2 is hydraulic machine, but see over here, force applied. So this is a bit of an ambiguous question. I'm not exactly sure if this is the statement, because it says force applied on a certain area, so you couldn't think of this as pressure, but since you're dealing with it in terms of force that is distributed over the entire region, you would mark this as incorrect. You would have to put this in terms of pressure. Pressure is distributed uniformly and undiminished at all points in the fluid. Okay, let's move on. Just a moment. Okay, we have a resistance circuit, a combination of resistors over here. So let's draw that out. You have a triangle like shape here. This is again a very common question. I think this is in NCERT as well. This is in NCERT as well as your additional problems. But this is one of the most common questions done. This is point A, this is point B. These are all 4 ohms. All of these are 4 ohms, and this one is 16 ohm. You want the equivalent resistance between A and B. Okay, you want it between A and B over here. So Sai Teja is saying question is wrong. Yes, the previous question might be a bit wrong, it's a bit ambiguous, the language, but based on what I have, I'm doing it. But you get an idea. If it is force, if it is represented as pressure, then it would have been true. If it is represented as force, it would have been incorrect. Okay, so over here, this is the question. So first up, if you look at just this part, forget the bottom part, look at just this part of the circuit. In that part of the circuit, this is going to be a Wheatstone bridge. If you forget this and pull this bottom part down, you go into the formal square shape of the Wheatstone bridge, where this is your centerpiece. This is your centerpiece. Now you have to decide whether this is a balanced Wheatstone or unbalanced Wheatstone. You can see 4 by 4 and 4 by 4. So it's a balanced Wheatstone. The ratio on both sides is 1. It's a balanced Wheatstone, which means you can just ignore this part. You can ignore that resistance in between. So your effective circuit becomes just like this. You have one 4 ohm, another 4 ohm in parallel with the same thing, 2 4 ohms, and the 16 ohm that was there at the bottom. So 4, 4, 4, 4, and this is 16. So one parallel line, another parallel line, and the bottom 16 as it was originally. This is point B. So these two will give you your, let's work with this. These two will be equal to 8 ohms. These two equal to 8 ohms, right? This 8 and this 8 together, this 8 and this 8 are in parallel, which means they will give you 4 ohms out. Okay, if you don't know how this comes, just know that if there are equal resistances in parallel, then their equivalent is just going to be half of it. This is just a quick thing to remember. Okay, so you have 4 ohms, so this 4 ohms in parallel with the 16 ohms, so R equivalent is equal to 16 into 4 divided by 16 plus 4. So up top you keep 16 plus 4, this will give you 20, right? So this is equal to 20. Okay, let's write it here. 16 into 4 by 20, cancel it out, 5. So your equivalent resistance will be 16 by 5. Okay, I think we have got some correct answers here. Nikhil, yes, it's 16 by 5. Sai Teja, you kept it reversed. I think you found 1 by R equivalent and put that. Yes, it is 16 by 5. Good work, Pranav. The answer is 16 by 5. Okay, more questions. Just give me a moment. Just a moment. Okay, we have one more question. This one is from radioactivity, from nuclei. So this is about the decay constant. It says the decay constant lambda is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 second inverse. Okay. It is said that the material, the whatever atom that you're choosing, it has an atomic weight. It has an atomic weight of 60 grams per mole. 60 grams per mole. And the Avogadro number is given as 6 into 10 to the power 23, not 6.023, just 6 into 10 to the power 23. They have told that we are using, the mass that we are using is 1 microgram. The mass that we are dealing with of that atom is 1 microgram, that is 10 to the power minus 6 gram. Okay. It is also said that the activity is dash into 10 to the power 10 becquerel. You need to find what this value is. This is a numerical answer type question. Okay, so you need to find this value. Everything is provided. So what is the formula for your activity? The formula for activity, direct formula, is R is equal to lambda into N. Lambda is a decay constant which is provided. N refers to the number of atoms that are present at that moment. Number of those radioactive atoms that can undergo that radioactive process. So that we can find out. We have been given the mass of the substance and the atomic weight. So we can, first thing we can find out how many moles of the substance there are. Moles of the substance, in order to find, is just mass divided by the atomic weight. Mass provided by atomic weight. So it's lambda into m divided by the atomic weight. This is number of moles. You need total number of molecules, a total number of atoms. So number of moles into the Avogadro's number. Into the Avogadro's number. So lambda, let's now put the values in. It's 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 5. Into up top we have 10 to the power minus 6. Atomic number is given as 60. Since both are in grams, we are not converting it into SI units. Grams and grams will cancel out. And over here, Avogadro's number 6 into 10 to the power 23. So cancel this out, leaves behind a 10. So you have 1.5 into, just the tens powers are remaining. So minus 5 minus 6 makes it minus 11. This divided by 10 makes it 10 to the power minus 12. 10 to the power minus 12 into 10 to the power 23 leaves you with 10 to the power 11. That is 15 into 10 to the power 10. So your answer here is going to be, my bad, answer here is going to be 15. Okay, that's right, Rudra, the answer is 15. Nikhil, Sai Teja, Pranav, everyone else was responding. Yes, Bhargavi, the answer is 15. N value is 15. Okay. Next question. Okay, we have another question from your Bohr's orbit from atoms. Again, very, very direct, very straightforward question here. Rubbing this off. Very straightforward question. It is said that the angular momentum in Bohr's orbit. Bohr's orbit means n is equal to 1. In Bohr's orbit is equal to L. So this is at n is equal to 1. We know Bohr's orbit means n is equal to 1. They have asked you that if this electron is now in the second orbit, what is the angular momentum? L2, the angular momentum is in the second orbit. Direct question because we know, my bad, we know that L is equal to, by Bohr's quantization condition, it is nh by 2 pi. So in the first Bohr orbit, n is equal to 1, so L1, this L is just equal to h by 2 pi. But in this case, L2 will be equal to 2h by 2 pi, because n value would be 2 for the second orbit. So if you put the value h by 2 pi as L, straightforward, L2 is equal to 2L. That is the answer to it. That's right, Bhargavi, the answer is 2. Postulate 2, same concept on 8th April. Yeah, same concept came on 8th April as well. Very direct, very straightforward questions coming. In this entire JEE paper, there have been repetition. This does not usually happen. Even in January attempt, questions from previous shifts were not that heavily repeated, but so far what we are seeing, there are repetitions in each shift. Okay, next question. Just a moment. We have done the circuit. The team is out there collecting questions. We get handwritten questions, as you can see over here. We're getting these handwritten questions and we're trying to figure out. Occasionally the handwriting is not that great. So this, from what I can make out of this, this is the Earth's radius shrinks to 1 by 64 times of its initial value. So write it here. Shrinks to, so the radius is, I'm directly getting into the values of it. So the new radius of the Earth, R dash, is 1 by 64 times of its initial value. Okay. Oh my bad, the volume is changing by 1 by 64. The volume is changing by 1 by 64 times. V dash is 1 by 64 into V. V is the original volume of the Earth. So they have asked you now that the time period of rotation becomes 24 by x hours. T2, the time period of rotation is 24 by x hours. The values of the handwriting is not that good in here. If you have the questions, any of you have it, you can correct me, put it down in the comment sections. If there's any issue I'm making over here with regards to the question, you can let me know. So over here we have been given the volume. In order to go to the time period, the only way to do the time period is that if it is reduced, if it is suddenly reduced, then the one thing that has to remain conserved is the angular momentum. The angular momentum cannot change. So angular momentum, our relation would be I omega has to be constant. I omega has to be constant, which means I1 omega 1 should be equal to I2 omega 2, and omega 1 can be written as 2 pi by T1 is equal to I2 into 2 pi by T2. Cancel out this. So your main relation, since you want this T2 is equal to I2 by I1 into T1. This is the relation. Now the problem is, in order to find the ratio of moment of inertia, I need the ratio of the radii, because moment of inertia depends on the radii. Mass is conserved, it's shrinking as a whole, mass is conserved, but the radius is changing. So based on that, moment of inertia is going to change. So if the volume changes as such, what can we do? We have V dash by V is 1 by 64. V dash is 4 by 3 pi r dash cube divided by 4 by 3 pi r cube. Cancel these out and that is equal to 1 by 64. So from here you can get r dash is equal to 64 is 4 cube. 64 is 4 cube, so r dash would become r divided by 4. Because you can send r cube on that side, put a cube root on both sides, you'll get r dash is equal to r by cube root of 64, that is 4. Okay. Sai Teja is asking, sir, what I should revise, class note or formulas? My exam on 13, based on what I am seeing here, it depends on how you have created your notes. If your notes are way too elaborate, then I would say that go through the formulas. Otherwise, class notes are a better option. Unless your class notes are extremely elaborate, if you can, class notes are preferred because some theory based questions are also coming. But if not, if you can quickly do the formulas and go as well, because questions are coming very direct. Yeah, if it's short notes, Sai Teja, I would say recommend that you revise those and go. Instead of just saying formulas, you will be a bit more prepared for a theory based questions that might come your way. Okay, r dash is r by 4. Now I need to create another separation out here. This relation T2 is equal to, now I2 by I1 would mean there would be R2 square by R1 square into T1. Why? Because I is proportional to R square. Mass is same. So I proportional to R square, only that factor will stay. That is why I2 by I1 is R2 square by R1 square. Okay, I've jumped a step here. If you have a doubt, let me know. I'll break it up and explain to you. So R2 by R1 is going to be 1 by 4. So it's rather R dash. My bad. It's 1 by 4 square into T1, that is equal to 1 by 16 into T1. T1 is 24 hours. So 24. So that is why T2 is equal to 24 divided by 16, and your x value in that case would be equal to 16. Okay. T2 is equal to T1 by 16. That's right, Pranav. So T1, that is the time period of rotation of the earth, that is 24 hours. So you put that in here because it's given as 24 by x hours. So you obviously know you have to represent it in this form. So it's 24 by 16. Okay. Was that better to take a long term? Not exactly sure, Surya, what you mentioned there. Anyway, we'll be moving on. Just a moment. Let's see, our circuit one we solved. This one we solved. Just checking if we have any more questions that we can work with. This moment. Meanwhile, those of you who haven't liked the session, do like it. It really helps us out a lot. Okay, we have a question on polarization. Received a question on polarization. Who was asking, I'm not exactly sure. Someone asked me if we are not getting any wave optics. We have a wave optics question now. We have a wave optics question. So let's see what it is. Okay, this is one of the most common questions. This was done in our Power Up series. Those of you have followed the entire Power Up series, we just concluded it before this course, before we started off with this JEE sessions, JEE everyday we are solving. Before that we ended the Power Up series. Those of you who want questions, the Power Up series was just solving questions one after the other, probable questions. It was like a predictor series. Those videos are still available on our YouTube channel, on this very channel. You can go check that out to get familiar with more number of questions. Also, those you will find in our Telegram channel. The link would be in the description. You can join that. So it says that unpolarized light comes in at 32 watt per meter square. So I naught is equal to 32 watt per meter square, right? And this enters into a system of 3 Polaroids. Now it is said that the first and the third, the angle between them is 90 degrees. So let's draw out our Polaroids here. These are our 3 Polaroids. This is the first, just 2 for now, first and third, and the angle between them is 90 degree. It is said that the light ray passes through the system with an intensity of 3 watt per meter square. So final, after it passes through all of them, it comes out as 3 watt per meter square from the third polarizer. Okay. The angle between first and second Polaroid. So there is a second Polaroid in here as well, which makes an angle theta with the first and second. So this is theta. This is the second Polaroid. Okay, so you want this angle theta. Let's understand. As soon as this I naught comes in, it passes through the first Polaroid. Its intensity is going to drop to half because it's an unpolarized light that is getting polarized. Okay, so I1 becomes equal to I naught divided by 2. After that, this I1, the light that comes out from the first polarizer, enters into the second polarizer. Here you will need the Malice's law. Malice's law is I2 would be equal to I1 into cos square theta. That is Malice's law. That a plane polarized light comes in, the other polarized at an angle theta, it is I2 is equal to I1 cos square theta. Then this I2 light passes through the third polarizer. The angle over there would be 90 minus theta because the total angle was 90 degree. So I3 would be equal to I2 into cos square 90 minus theta, which is just equal to I2 sine of sine square theta. That is it. Okay, so now just put the values of I1, I2 in here and then I1 in here. You will get I3. Let's do we have space? Okay, let's do it here itself. I3 would be equal to, we have to represent in terms of I naught. So I2 is I1 cos square theta. So I naught by 2 into cos square theta into sine square theta. Okay, we can make this, simplify this calculation even more. If we make this into 8 and put a 4 up top, then I have the relation as, let's create a bit of a separation here and draw this out. So you would be having I3 is equal to I naught by 8 into sine square of 2 theta, because 2 sine theta cos theta into 2 sine theta cos theta. That is why I made it 4 here. It's easier for me to work like that. So I3 is 3. This is 32. 32 by 8 will give you 4 into sine square 2 theta. So sine 2 theta would be equal to root 3 by 2, which means 2 theta is equal to 60 degree. So theta is equal to 30 degree. Okay, so my theta value is equal to 30 degree. That is the answer to it. Okay, Sai Teja is asking for PDF. So Pranav, the formulas and the PDF for Power Up series, all this we did it in PPT and all that is available on the Telegram channel. You'll need to scroll up a bit because based on what chapters there were, so much more content has been falling after that. So you'll need to scroll up and find it, but it is there on the Telegram channel. Link is there in the description box, or you'll find it somewhere. The link would be there. Okay, or just go on Telegram, look for Infinity Learn JEE, you'll find the channel. Okay, do we have anything else? Just a moment. Just a moment, give me a while. Okay, we have one question, another from Ray Optics. It's a basic mirror question. Basic mirror question, that's right Pranav, that's right Nikhil, the answer is 30 degree. It's a basic mirror question. This says that we have a mirror here and you place an object that is 12 centimeter away. That is 12 centimeter away from the object. Now this mirror is moved towards the object. This is the apparent position of the mirror. It is moved towards the object by 4 centimeter. The question says, how far does the image move? What is the shift in distance or shift in position of the image? So first up, if this object is 12 centimeter from the mirror, the image will also be exactly 12 centimeter from the mirror. This would also be 12 centimeter. So that is the original position of the image. This is the original position of the image. Now, when you move the mirror 4 centimeter this side, now the object to mirror distance becomes 8 centimeter. Okay? Mirror questions are coming in the evening shift. Saiteja, the evening shift is currently going on. Second, you might mean that it's coming in the last 8th April second shift. Yes, that is a possibility that it came over there. So you have 8 centimeter. So again, if this is the position of the mirror, from the mirror 8 centimeter away, it would be there. The image would be formed roughly at this point. This would be your eye dash. Again, this would be 8 centimeter. Now figure out what this gap is. Remember, this is not 12 minus 8. 12 was from this point on. If you have shifted here, this is 4 centimeter. So this is also 4 centimeter. Right? So from 12 centimeter, this length is going to be 8 centimeter. So the shift in the image is 8 centimeters. Is this clear to everyone? Object 12 centimeter away, image 12 centimeter away from the original position of the mirror. Next case, image moved 4 centimeter to this side. So now object distance is 8 centimeter. Image from this new position of mirror would be at 8 centimeter. So once you put them in, figure it out, this would be 4 centimeter because it's been shifted. Since from this point to this point was 8 centimeter, remainder part would be 4 centimeter. From here to here was 12, so this part is 8 centimeter. Shift in the image is 8. Okay, that's right, Nikhil. The answer is 8 centimeter. Okay. Okay, I think those are the questions that we have received so far. We're not receiving currently anymore. We'll again be coming in the evening shift from 6:30 approximately. You can expect the event would already be created. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, like this session. Another resistance question. So Sai Teja, I haven't received any more resistance questions. If you have a question, you can put it in the comment section right now and I'll solve it. But so far I have not received any question. If there are any additional questions that do come in this time period, then at 6:30 when we come in for the session, most probably even Akshay sir or Nitin sir or even me, if we get it, then okay, so Sai Teja, you're typing. Okay, we'll wait out for your question that you're providing. But even if we get some additional questions, generally at 6:30 when we start the session, it takes a while for the questions to come in. So some of the additional questions that we have got in this time period up till that session, we solve those questions, so you'll get them there as well. But if you want this entirely, all the questions completely, you would get that again on our Telegram channel. Those would be posted soon. As and when as many questions as we keep getting, we'll be posting over there. Okay. So that's it. With regards to this one, again, I'll remind you that in the evening, we'll be coming again at 6:30ish. You can expect it around that time. So subscribe to the channel, tune in at that time, again hit the notification bell, then you'll get notified as soon as we go live. And besides this, we will also be coming up with the capsule questions. You'll see Anshul sir has already posted one capsule question for JEE Advanced. There's a lot of content that we'll keep bringing to you till your JEE Advanced, even if there are people who are not here for who are not in class 12 or who are not in class 13 and they're still preparing for the JEE for 2024 or 2025. Even for them, we have lots of content planned up. There are free courses coming on the YouTube channel, and there's also, we have paid courses as well for the full live classes over there. So all of that is available. You'll get the links to in our website, infinitylearn.com. You can check that out. So Nikhil says channel is so underrated. Thank you, Nikhil. We are just an up and coming channel at the moment, but we are coming from Sri Chaitanya brand, which is the biggest brand in South India for JEE NEET preparation. So hopefully it won't remain underrated for so long. Next, Pranav says, tomorrow is my exam. Could you briefly explain the formula? Any chapter you want, then I'll give you the important formula for that, because we can't go through the entire formula set right now. So any chapter you want in particular, and quickly tell you what the important formulas are over there. Okay, Nikhil says, very helpful. Thank you, Nikhil. We keep bringing this to you because you value us, and so we feel encouraged to keep bringing this content. Yes, Nikhil wishes all the best to Pranav. Thank you. You're welcome, Pranav. Pranav, I just want you to give any chapter name, then I can quickly tell you what the important formulas or topics are from that. Okay. Oh, Nikhil is a Sri Chaitanya student only. Surya is also a Sri Chaitanya student. Okay. Sai Teja, compare JEE Main versus NEST exam. See, with next exam, don't bother about that right now. Focus on your JEE Main. This is not the time to discuss about those two things. Okay, oh, Sai Teja is also from Sri Chaitanya. We have lots of Sri Chaitanya students, so you people are already familiar with our brand and you know what we provide to our students. We try to bring that over here. Okay, so Pranav says the formulas for AC and EMI. So, and Surya says for Young's double slit experiment formulas. Okay, so we'll just quickly, just a quick formulas for these two. For rest of you, you stay tuned. You can do the formulas with us. We'll be just quickly going over all the formulas. In case I miss some of the formulas right off the top of my head, I'm saying, so you can just point it out. Can help each other out here. So for AC, the main formula that you have to remember is the impedance formula. Z is equal to, you have the impedance, which you can find as root over of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. This is the impedance formula. This you need to remember first, where XL is equal to omega into L and XC, which is the capacitive reactance, is 1 by omega into C. Remember this, instead of remembering each separate case, you can just put the special case. If it's purely inductive, then remove the capacitive part, if resistance part, purely resistive and so on. You can vary this relation. Remember always general relations. Don't use up too much of your mind space. Your mind is meant to have ideas, not store them. So over here we have XC is 1 by omega C. These are for your impedance. Next thing you would need is the phase difference between voltage and current. So that is given by tan phi. Tan phi is equal to omega, or rather XL minus XC divided by R. Tan phi is equal to XL minus XC divided by R. That is for your, this phi is the lead angle of the voltage from the current. So be very mindful of that. This is the angle by which the voltage leads the current. Okay. Then what more do you need? You need the power. You need few more formulas for the RMS values of current or voltage. So IRMS is equal to I naught by root 2. VRMS is equal to V naught by root 2, okay, where I naught and V naught are the peak voltages. Next up, you have beside the RMS currents your power formula. Average power dissipated in a circuit. Average power dissipated is given by VRMS into IRMS into cos phi. This phi and this phi are exactly the same. Cos phi is called the power factor. This is the average power dissipated. Besides that, anything else? I think these covers most of the cases. You just need to know what resonance is. Resonance is equal to your, when you have this XL is equal to XC, the power peaks, that is your peak value, hides over there. Okay. Next. Just I'll rub this off, we'll move into the EMI relations. In EMI, you have the basic formula, E is equal to minus N d phi dt. You have for the motional EMF, E is equal to BVL. The basic formulas I'm going through because you can always have variations of this. Okay, those are a bit more difficult as direct formulas and there's no point mugging them up. For you will mess them up in the exam. So remember the basics and remember how to get to those formulas. So solve a few questions and you will know how to arrive. Like for example, a common question that comes in EMI is that you have a rod fixed at one point and the rod is turned, right, about that fixed point at a certain angular speed omega. If the length of the rod is L, what is the potential difference across the ends? Formula is half B omega L square. But that, instead of mugging it up, know that it's given by BVL. Take your differential elements and work with that. Okay. Okay, Sai Teja has given a question from resistance. Okay, we'll work on that. Let's clear this off first. Just a moment. Just give me a moment. We missed that question out. Okay. Okay, we are dealing with the EMFs. Besides this, what more formula is there? You have for the transformer, you have obviously E1 by E2 is equal to N1 by N2 for a transformer. For the current relation, you have the inverse relation, I1 by I2 would be equal to N2 by N1. You have the EMF for your AC generator, that is a rotating coil. That EMF would be given by equal to NBA omega sine of omega t. That is for your AC generator. And I think these are the basic relations. I don't think anything. Oh, self and mutual inductance. That's right, Saiteja. Self and mutual inductance. Again, those are a bit formula based, as in you can quickly derive it out. But again, the EMF relations minus L di dt or minus M di dt as and when you require them. Next is you have beside L, you also have the formula for energy. Energy stored in an inductor is half Li square. Okay, and okay, the mutual inductance and self inductance, depending on most cases, you have the solenoid. So for the solenoid, mutual inductance formula would be L is equal to mu naught N square L into A, right? Am I missing something here? You have mu naught Ni into, you have N into P into A, okay? So you can quickly derive it out. This is very simple, even if you forget, like I don't mark this up, but I can quickly derive it anytime I want, because I know phi has to be equal to B into A. Okay, phi has to be equal to, or N phi has to be equal to B into A. Put this phi value what you should get, B value what you get, right? And based on that you can work out this. And I think one factor I'm missing here, if anyone could tell me, there's a factor missing here, but this is the formula, you can derive it out anytime you want. Okay, N phi is equal to, or rather N phi is equal to your be L into I. So put phi is equal to B into A, N into B into A, and you would get, compare with these two, and you would remove the current and you will have the self inductance. Okay, had in my brain by solving questions. Yes, you can do that, but again I keep telling this, these are things that with mental calculations you should be instantly getting to. That way you don't have to use up too much of your mind space, because a lot of memory will be used up in chemistry for your inorganic. In physics everything is logical, everything, there are only a few formulas which now at the last moment I can't directly be telling you that, it won't really help you, but over the course of my classes I always tell there are hardly a few formulas that you need to remember. And the reason you remember these formulas is because the time advantage they give you by remembering the formulas is a lot. But for these formulas they don't necessarily give you too much time advantage. Like if you remember, you don't remember, deriving will take you hardly 10 seconds if you are good at it. Even 5 seconds you can derive it out if your mental maths is good. So that is it with regards to remembering the EMI AC formula. Young's double slit, that's one thing that you wanted. So again I'll do it. Mainly you have XM is equal to M lambda capital D divided by small d. This is position of the bright fringes. Similarly you'll get whole numbers here. The odd multiples of half will give you the dark fringes. Fringe width would be lambda d by d. That's right. Okay, Saiteja, we'll solve out this question as the last thing. 10 resistors of 10 ohms when connected together give maximum equivalent resistance of R1 and maximum equivalent resistance R2 among various combinations. I think one of them will be maximum, another one would be minimum. I think maximum and minimum, so I'll just solve this out. So I'm assuming the question is maximum is R1, minimum is R2, because both maximum there's no point, R2 by R1 would be 1. So in maximum case, R max would be equal to N into R. The reason being maximum value comes whenever you have them connected in series. In that case you would have N into R, that would be 10 into 10, 10 into 10, that would be equal to 100 ohms. Right? And the minimum happens whenever you connect them in parallel. In parallel they would just be equal to R by N, because you'll do 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R n times, flip it, you would get R by N. So that would be 10 by 10, that is equal to 1. So R max by R min would be equal to 100. Okay? Is that fine, Saiteja? So this is one more question we solved. So I think we'll wrap up this session here. We started at 12:30. It's already 3.5 hours. This session has been going on. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in to this session. Again, like this video, like this session, subscribe to our channel, follow the Telegram group. You'll get more questions coming in over there. So do that. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll catch you all again in the next session.